That's what it will live. We'll live reaction. We'll watch an episode of every single one of these shows.
No sleep till Brooklyn. We're just gonna run it.
Shit, man. Might be here for a minute.
I hope you guys didn't have any plans.
For the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Well. This is another MVZ podcast. New setup. For those who got the link that I sent it to, I accidentally uploaded the last week's to the wrong channel. I just have to put it onto this channel. Luckily, I click record on here every time, so I have the file. And that's a good one, because there's a lot of dick talk. And I think if there's one thing YouTube needs, it's one young man and then one approaching middle-aged man talking about penises for an hour plus. It was good.
Was it good?
I love a good cock talk. I really miss sports. I'm excited for this bracket because I have to applaud you. I saw that you brought your homework in. You had written out your seeds 1 through 16 and the 4 of each. So I applaud that. I am talking on a different microphone, so I hope it doesn't sound shitty because it took me a long time to rein that one in. But I've always wanted to try this microphone. This is the one that you see. If you see people's podcasts, this is the one.
Is that one normally yours?
Yeah. And that one's actually more expensive, but that one's actually better with instruments.
Is this one normally yours?
Yep.
Apparently.
Roll on down. So
I just talk about whatever's in front
you got
of me.
the bigger one? It's
they're actually the same length.
Oh.
But that one has a better
Girth.
a better dynamic range in the inside of it.
Oh, that's what I meant. Range. Not girth.
That's the most expensive by like $80. That one's like $200. This one's $399. I'm hoping it sounds good. I'll be a little upset. And you just suck at talking into a microphone.
That's true.
You can move that.
On it like you're about to.
I mean, it moves the whole gamut, buddy.
On it, no off it, no on it.
All right.
So let's spit on it a little bit.
This whole thing moves. If you want to angle it for
grab
you,
the shaft like this.
spit on it and
Yeah.
a little. It's got a pop filter, but it's not waterproof.
Nobody likes it dry, man. Jesus.
It's about as waterproof as the submarine that just went to go look for the Titanic. It'll last some time, but eventually it's going to be crushed under the weight of your throat. He looks like he's already got decent mic etiquette. If you need to, you can put it more in front of your face so you're talking into it. Yeah, that way.
Okay.
So we do have a bracket today. This is Dave.
Hey. Hello.
I've been trying to get him to come on for years, actually.
It's very true.
This is, I think, the second time since we've been doing it that I tried to get him on. Could be the third.
Here I am to bless you all with my presence. Thank you for having me.
What was that?
It was just my brother texting me. I was recommending a movie to him. I just watched Champions with Woody Harrelson.
I never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to see that.
It was good. I liked it a lot.
That's his new one, isn't it?
Yeah, he just came out on Peacock.
I just watched a movie on Netflix that I did not realize took place in Venice.
Like our Venice here?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh. I immediately was like, okay.
California.
I just thought the Venice in Italy, and I was like,
Oh,
all right.
no, yeah, it's Venice.
Like
What, the
Florida.
Italian Job?
It's about it's about medical child abuse.
Really? Oh.
Well, that's less fun.
That's, of course.
And all children using that as the code and not giving back, and then the parents getting charges.
The hell?
It's a documentary because it's real life. It's not actually a
Who
movie.
was it on?
Her name's Maya.
Was it a corporation or a person?
All Children's. Johns Hopkins, all Children's.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah,
I thought you meant
Dr.
like
Sally Smith.
well, that hits too close.
That's
It really hit.
scary, man.
I mean, that's exactly what I do. Typically not with Venice.
Is that what
I
you do?
typically do Fort Myers.
What do you do?
I work for DCF,
Oh.
Department of Children and Families.
You don't
so,
work for Suncoast, do you? Because they're really getting shit out in that movie.
I'm Suncoast region.
Oh god.
Sarah, but in fairness,
This all was like 2015, so there's actually been changes since then.
in fairness, also Venice, I believe, would be Sarasota County. Which,
Yep. 12th district.
No comment. on how Sarasota County is ran?
So it does seem to be a little different there, and it's
no
a lot
comment.
more.
Where's the button that sounds like crickets?
That I think that is one
I will
of the
say
buttons.
Charlotte does good work. My response.
It's like Hookbird.
It sucks, man.
No. Everyone
when
but you, man.
when I worked in Indiana, it was rough. Like, I worked in Delaware County.
Yeah.
And like
Crickets.
Madison is where I lived, and like Madison County,
Oh,
like
really?
over the entire state of Indiana. Like we always talked about how bad Madison County was when I worked in Delaware, and then I talked to someone who worked in Kokomo, which is
Yeah.
a solid hour and a half from Madison County, and they're like, yeah, Madison County's trash, and I was just like, well, that's not good. It's like they're my bordering town.
Kokomo, Indiana.
Yeah, so I'm like, the fact that like it's known across the state that they're bad, that's not good. Like they were our neighbors.
So I mean, you're like straight up DCF, like elderly abuse, kids, all that stuff.
I don't do elderly.
You just do kids.
Yeah, because there's adult protection services. I just do child.
Oh, okay.
Good for you.
Hey, man. That's off to you. Bro.
Not so much in that
That's
movie.
hard, man. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I.
No, it's scary because if people just don't do their jobs, like my job,
That's what I mean. Like, when
there's
they're
some
like,
documentaries out
oh,
there.
you're fine, right?
Yeah, there was one like of a Gabriel something, and like it was like how he'd been abused for years, and DCF workers actually ended up facing criminal charges. And I don't remember what state this was, but they basically said they saw the family and never did. And like this kid is getting like beat down, locked in cabinets. Sorry,
No, you're fine.
and ended up getting killed. So
do you guys straight up? Are you the ones that decide like, oh yeah, this kid's gonna come out here, or a kid stays? Or are you writing your report
no,
suggesting?
I call a lawyer and tell them I want to take this kid, and they say yes or no, depending on what I got. But yeah, I'm the one who makes the decision, and then
Yeah.
the lawyer basically tells me whether I have legal rights to or not.
Yeah,
And then sometimes here in Florida, it's different than Indiana, where I will call and I'll be like, so I know you're going to tell me no, but for my notes, I want to show like this person wasn't cooperating with me.
Yeah.
So I want to show my notes that I asked and you said we don't have legal representation. It's kind of the CYA thing.
Yeah.
Indiana was different, where supervisors just could make the call without the lawyer, which was a mess because then there were times you'd take the kid and then the lawyer would be like, "You did what now?" Like,
Is that where you started? Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Hey man. Well, we appreciate it, man. Hopefully, you help a lot of kids out, man. That's awesome.
I know I couldn't do it.
I know, for real. Jesus. I mean, I don't want to exaggerate. What's the worst one you've seen?
There'll be some death involved.
I mean,
For me,
hopefully not, but I mean, like, what's like? I mean, was
Well,
that like chained in the basement? You know, I think
seen,
like a movie.
I've seen fatalities.
Yeah.
But for me, the worst one is actually one where the kid, I end up not even getting to substantiate it. Is I knew it was bad, but I didn't have enough legal basis to do anything. The kid was like locked in this room, didn't have anything in there other than a cot and a pillow and like a small little blanket that didn't even fit him. He would stay in there all the time. When they had dinner, they'd give him like a hot dog and they'd eat like steaks and stuff in front of him, and he did all the chores. Like, to me, that was the worst because it's the only time where I felt like the parents of the kid didn't actually like the kid.
Oh my god!
'Cause-
Then what? The money? That way they took him, or
I mean,
was it their kid?
It was their kid.
It was
yeah.
their kid.
And they had money, and like there were times they'd go on vacations and leave the kid at home and stuff like that. So like, to me, like, I didn't have enough proof to do anything about it.
Yeah.
But that's the worst. Like, I
They
would
were
say
starving him.
99.99% of the time, like, it's a drug addiction. It's they're not able to control their anger.
Yeah.
I can get behind something like that where you
Right.
just like, they don't want to hurt their kids. They just don't know any better or have any control. So when it's like that, one really bothered me because I felt like they knew what they were doing, didn't care. To me that one strikes me more,
Did they get? I mean, they got theirs in the end. I hope, right?
and that's
The
why it's
fuck?
that's why it's the worst one.
Oh my god! Were they like starving him? Was he skinny?
Nope. I mean, well, there have been allegations of that in the past, but we never had the physical proof we needed for that one, and that's the worst one. Because to me, that hurts more. Like,
For real.
It's one thing. It's like, okay, your parent overdosed on fentanyl and you were in the room and I
Yeah.
removed you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that sucks, but like you're out of that situation now. Hopefully, your parents get it together.
You ever want to punch one in the face? Come on, man. Dude, just say it, bro.
There have been some people I
That's
don't
like saying you wouldn't want to.
I mean,
There's not
right?
times like you wanted to get a patient. Like, come on.
No, there's some
You know,
times
times
you
I've been
don't
spit on and beat. Like,
Oh.
it's so hard not
Well,
to
here's the
retaliate.
difference. I'm assuming some of your patients are excited to see you when you get there.
Some are.
I have a 0% chance of
In home health,
someone
yes.
even people who are perfectly nice to me.
Yeah.
They're never like, "Yay, you're here." Like
Well, yeah. People here at DCF are like, "Oh shit," you know, yeah.
There's not a single time where
Mouth on the mic, buddy.
like you know,
Bring your mouth in front of the mic.
like there's not a
Move the
single,
mic.
Do you really gotta talk this close to it? Shit, man.
like there's
'cause-
not a single time that I've showed up and like people are like, "Yay!" Like even the people who are perfectly nice, like I understand, like I'll cooperate. They don't want you there. Yeah, at the end they're still like, "Hope I never see you again."
Jesus.
It's been real, buddy.
For real, man.
And then you also get nurses and teachers and daycare employees and stuff not knowing how the system works and then getting mad at me, like because I'm not doing anything, and I'm just like, well, I don't have enough. Like you know what I mean? Like
Right.
my job isn't to be like their bad parents. That's not really.
Yeah,
like,
this
I can't
isn't.
tell you how
It's
many
not open and
times-
shut.
I can't tell you how many times people will be like, oh well, they let their 5-year-old watch Game of Thrones, and I'm like, maybe not a great decision, but what am I gonna do with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
like.
You haven't seen anybody like chained up though, right?
Not when I'm there. I'm
guessing you've seen evidence of it.
I've seen
Right.
tons of time where kids have been put in dog cages. That's pretty
Oh
normal.
my god. Oh,
And normal being a vague term. Like, obviously, it's not normal as far as for the general
fucking
population.
terrible, man.
But it's something that people do.
Oh my god. Whatever. Okay.
Dave's like, enough of this. Sitcoms.
God, man, for real.
Well, we know we've seen. You've
I
not. You've
know,
seen like
but-
you've seen.
But it's
patients
a
come
kid.
in.
A kid's a different man to me than
Yes.
even elderly being abused. To me, when you have a kid who they're weaker, or,
Their whole life
they're
is
like,
just being cared
like
for.
the people who literally like are in their mind are there to protect them from everyone else, and they're the ones like abusing the fuck out of them, man.
And,
oh
and
my
that's
god.
and that's a big reason why that one stuck with me is because that kid's life was terrible. To where like it's some kids like if they're exposed to drugs or their parents beat them or whatever, it's like isolated incidents are bad, but they can have some good moments in between.
Right.
To where like that kid just his entire life sucks. And I was like, he's gonna be a serial killer or commit suicide or those are kind of his options, is what it felt like.
oh my god, man.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they come back. and we get them. Obviously, it's always that one. And I'm never that way. I'm never like I hope I get them, but that's not.
I mean, that to me, that's not. I don't know. You see a lot of that shit, man. You gotta like de-stress yourself. You ever get like overwhelmed and shit? Be honest, man. You know what I mean?
Like overwhelmed how? Like just from the amount of work
you've
I
seen
have?
so much shit, and you're like, you're trying not to bring your work home, I guess. But it's like case after case is building up on your ass.
Yeah.
For real.
I mean, there's times it's hard. I will say 90% of them though aren't anything.
Okay.
Most of the time it's miscommunication.
Thank God, I guess,
miscommunication to a teacher or a daycare worker where a kid says something not knowing what they're saying.
Yeah.
Why would you do this to me?
Dude, we're not doing sports.
And then
Turn on something. Well, whatever.
And then
Those are the best.
like a lot of like custody arguments or like grandparents not liking the way that their grandkids are raised. That's like 90% of my job
Yeah.
is nothing.
They didn't
But,
get a cookie before dinner.
yeah, the 10% stink, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, hats off to you,
Sometimes
man.
it
That's
does
a tough
feel like
job,
they all
bro.
happen at once. Sometimes you're like, oh great, I've sheltered 3 times this week. Like what is happening?
I believe that happens a lot.
But
Or
there's
just-
times I don't shelter for like 3-4 months.
What's shelter mean? Sorry.
Remove a kid.
And then you put them where?
If you don't remove them, they don't do anything.
No. Like when
No,
you,
he's
like
thinking
when
where
you
you
pull
put
them out of there, where
So
you
like
put them?
if I remove from Mike, we'll say.
Yeah.
Obviously, I never would because I would never take that. Like if he had a case, I'd be like, I can't
Conflict.
take
Yeah.
that.
Right, let's say you didn't know Mike and he was
Right,
abusing
exactly.
the fuck out of his kid.
So when we
Like,
take them, first step is we say, do you have parents, grandparents, cousins, any friends, family that you could take them? They're gonna have to pass a drug test and a background check because we're not gonna remove them and then place them in a meth house. Like that doesn't make any sense. And then like certain things like we'll say no to, but even knowing the judge is going to overrule us. Like if he wants them to go with his cousin and his cousin tests positive for marijuana and doesn't have a medical card, like we're going to be like, we can't place there, but like, hey, court tomorrow, say you want them there and the judge isn't going to care, but we can't, like, since it's an illicit drug, we can't do that. And the same thing happens with certain crimes. Like sometimes you'll have someone who has like a battery charge from like 30 years ago. And now that person's 65 years old, and so it's like, the judge is basically like, who cares about that 30-year-old? But we can't do that because we're like, they have a violent charge. Like,
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's what we do first.
Allergic
And
to all this bullshit.
if that doesn't work, foster care is next. I mean, just because.
That's not good.
And then if that doesn't work,
What's
hello,
after that?
group homes.
Is it what? Group
So
homes?
foster home failure, that's usually the kid typically not get along.
Like not get along with the parent, or you find out the foster because they pay money, right?
Foster care. What do you
When
mean?
Now you
foster
can-
care doesn't work, next is group home. What's the usual reason why a kid fails in foster homes?
Foster care,
Oh
right?
well, sometimes we can't place them because there's no foster care parents that will take them.
Oh, okay.
Foster parents get
what-
paid,
what-
right?
Not much.
Not much.
But that's like the whole thing. Like you
Yeah.
see in the
That's
Oh.
what you see on
movies where
TV.
there's 19 kids living
Now,
with them.
I think that kind of thing happens in like Chicago and New York City and like places like that where you can where it's just like we don't know where to put these people.
Right.
But here it's more spread out. But yeah, some kids have to leave foster care because they get behaviors when they go to foster care because all that trauma's gotten to them and then they need help and then they go to group homes. But some people they have to go straight to group homes because they're is a 16, 17-year-old male and no one wants them. There are a ton of most foster people are old people, most foster parents, and there are honestly a lot of old women, and they are scared to take in a 16 or 17-year-old boy most of the time.
What's the reason? Just because they're older?
Like, because if you're 80, they're 85.
What are you going to do to a
and they're-
17-year-old at 80 years old?
Well, they're just scared that, like, what if he becomes aggressive? And, like, I can't
You're not
do
gonna stop
anything
him.
with that.
They're afraid he's gonna beat their ass.
Because because it happens to him eventually.
Okay.
Like, they get a kid who does that, and then they're
Yeah.
like, so I've had times where I call them and I'm like, listen, I got this kid here.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. Trust me. Like, I personally will vouch for this one. He's like the chillest kid. Like, cause there's sometimes sometimes
Yeah.
you meet a kid and you're like, this kid, he's supposed to sit in his room and play Xbox. Like, he's not.
This
gonna bother
kid's a
anybody.
fucking nerd.
But then
Nerd!
Sometimes you're like, this kid has tattoos and he's 16. Like,
yeah,
what
right.
I mean? Like maybe
that he
not
carved
this
with a
one.
knife.
like I get you on this one. Or
Yeah,
I'm
alright.
looking. This kid has a long juvie record himself.
Okay.
Like, he has battery on an old person. Let's not put him with you. Situation. So, but yeah, it's babies. No problem to find foster care.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of foster care people who
Yeah, you-
That's me.
try to what they call foster to adopt, which isn't a real thing. And I'm not a fan of those people.
You're not a fan of what? Foster
People
to
who
adopt?
say they
To
foster
adopt.
to adopt because that's not a thing that exists.
What is that?
People are like, I'm fostering to adopt this kid. Like, that's not ever a thing. Like, sometimes foster parents adopt kids, yes, but the plan is for that kid to go back in a year or whatever. So when you say, I'm going to keep this kid, it's like, well, are you not going to help the parents? Are you going to talk bad about the parents of the kid? Are you you're not going to cooperate when it's time for the parents' visits? You're going to make it as difficult as possible because you want this kid for
So
yourself.
yeah, there's the higher chance of.
I just don't like that. To me, I'm just like, it's hard. So I'll answer another question I get a lot is people will say, like, do you ever just like terminate a parent's rights immediately? Like, they don't get the kids ever, no matter what. That's rare. That's typically reserved for Mike killed Nicole,
Right.
and Mike's going to prison for 25 years.
For real?
And
Okay.
so there's no point in trying to get the kids to reunify with Mike because Nicole's dead and Mike's not coming back while there's children. So so it's like at that point it's like, all right, then they terminate his rights. But like it has to be something extreme like that. Otherwise you get a chance to get him back pretty much no matter what.
Hey, man.
Doesn't mean you will, but you get the chance.
Right?
But yeah, they get in big criminal trouble for it to mean immediate TPR.
Just run it off the edge.
No, it's all right. It's no big deal.
All right.
All right.
A lot more DCF talk than
Right,
that.
sorry about that, man. Went down a rabbit hole. My bad.
Well,
All right.
well, since we talked about it, what's the?
I will say it's one of those jobs where people will talk to me about it to where like my dad's an accountant. No one's like, all right, so V lookups.
For
what are
for
those
shits
about?
and giggles, like what does a foster parent get paid per kid? Does it depend on age too?
Yes. The
Younger.
it's a weird like bell curve. So like babies get more than like 5-year-olds just because you need stuff for formula and like stuff like that.
Diapers and
Yeah.
yeah.
Take Care of Maya.
The most are older kids.
It's number 2 on Netflix today.
Oh, is that the show?
Yeah.
Take Care of Maya.
older,
Okay.
older kids get more
Older kids get more.
because they're harder to place. That's the whole reason. And then if you get
What is that? What? So I got a 17-year-old
Teenager.
boy. Yeah.
And then like the more behaviors that kid has on record, like there's what's called therapeutic foster homes.
Yeah.
Where they've taken specific classes where they're like, I can deal with this kid who has OCD and ODD and ADHD.
Yeah.
And like I can deal with that. Those kids get a lot more money because again, it's just like no one wants a kid with ODD. That's oppositional defiant disorder.
Oh
for
yeah,
anyone who doesn't
it's
know what it is.
that could be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
But actually, I was like, people listening might not know. But yeah, so that it just depends.
IED. My cousin got that one.
But it's not a lot of money. Like, I don't remember the exact numbers.
A few $100
Like,
a month.
You're not getting help with your rent basically, or you're gonna feed this kid. Like if you're a good parent to this kid,
You're losing money.
you're gonna lose.
Right. It's like,
Like there's enough to feed them, but like you know what I mean? It's not like if you're gonna do special vacations stuff like that, there's not money for that. They get like $100 on their birthday, and then $100 for Christmas for gifts,
so it's literally like kindness to your heart shit for real.
and then they get enough money to like feed them. Like you could feed them and clothe them. Like you get that money, but like not enough to be like get them nice clothes or take them out to eat a bunch. You know what I mean? It's more like just kind of the minimum.
It's a minimum
No,
wage
it's
gig.
not like ramen. Like it's not like you could eat at home. Like they can have spaghetti and chili. Like there's enough money for like that kind of thing. I don't want to make it
Chef
sound like
Boyardee again.
I don't want to make it sound like the state's like, you know what?
Right.
Ramen and Totino's pizzas.
For real.
Goodwill for clothes. Like it's not
Right?
not like that.
Like,
it's more like you
this
can
one has
shop
less
at
holes
Walmart
than
or
your other one.
Target, but you're not getting the buckle or like
We're not going to Alta.
exactly.
For real. Yeah. All right.
And that's
God
where
damn,
girls
man.
get screwed in the situation with makeup and stuff because they
Yeah.
don't really like boys typically get more money because it's harder to place boys. Now boys don't get more money. The foster parents
Right.
and the boys get more money.
So fucking sexist.
It's so I tell you,
It's so fucking.
it makes it so weird. It's like
Right?
you're actually putting a price tag on a human life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, but at the same time, it's like
Do you know how much money? Like the average case is like $1 million.
God dang, man.
Like because over a year,
You have
because
to
you're
think about
paying for lawyers,
your
for the
job,
parents.
the lawyers,
That we're all paying
judges.
for that with our taxes.
Cause
Thank you so much.
Because I work there, right? You have the judge.
Yeah.
You have my lawyer. You have lawyers for both the parents. You have a guardian ad litem, which is the children's lawyer.
Yeah.
Then you have the the guardian ad litem who's like goes to their house. They're volunteers 95% of the time, and they just help speak for the kid. But then they have the guardian ad litem's attorney who's paid, and then you have therapists and drug programs and just case managers.
If you're truly looking
like,
at billable hours, it
It
really
gets
piles up.
crazy.
That's why I say to train every soldier is $1 million investment by the time you finish your schooling.
It's probably true.
For every person, that's from every hands-on aspect, from clothes to food to cooks to
How much
trainers.
do you think Captain America they put into him in this fictional world? Lots of money.
The $10 million man, essentially. All right, so
All right.
the top 64 in the eyes of the soulless ginger,
Oh lord.
the 64 greatest comedies
Ginger.
in bracket style. But this isn't round robin, but this is a single elimination. No.
I'll preface it by saying I eliminated some like the early ones. Like we talked about. The
This
Honeymoon
is
stuff
this
from,
is a
like,
millennial podcast.
yeah. It's stuff that like
To the death. We throw one knife in the pit at the end, and whoever comes out wins.
Yeah.
They better be friends. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm not gonna vote for that. So if he didn't vote for that, they're not making it in.
We're gonna cut you.
What side of the bracket is friends even on? They're on the right side.
the bottom right.
It's on.
They got a better chance on the left side. I'll tell you that. They're on the right,
Yeah, I see.
halfway down,
Yeah.
almost exactly. They're probably the number 4 seed.
With Reba against Reba. Reba.
Reba. I wish I would have did 116 because it's 1 through 64.
Yeah, I know. But it's all right.
That's the one you sent me.
I just literally clicked on the first one, but like I said, I got it all written now. So it's the seeds are in the right spots.
It's true.
You heard it clearly. It's his fault, just for everyone.
And I chose Suits as the show.
Oh, it's very nice. Very nice.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
The first 3 seasons.
I've never
anyway.
seen this one. Is this on here?
It's not a comedy. It's technically a drama.
Very true.
But I didn't remember her. The show is shooting up. This is a USA show, a USA original.
What season is this?
This is the pilot. Oh my
Hello.
Lanta. I've seen this.
Can we rewind
season.
real quick in slow motion and freeze frame, please?
Heavens, so it's making me sweat.
Before we start, how interesting is it that shows typically like to have more nudity or risque content in the pilot because they want to grab your attention?
Oh, that's very true.
Like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, we were talking about how Rachel Brosnahan flashes at the screen.
That's her last name?
Yeah, and she never does again in the whole show. But episode 1, boobs.
Lured me in.
But like I said, they do that a lot in shows. I've
We're all like
noticed.
15-year-old little boys. Boobies!
Yeah. Which is the number one most rewatched 30 seconds of the show.
Oh yeah.
Who's the male comedian in that at the beginning? Lenny Bruce.
Oh, sorry.
What are you shushing me for?
He heard a raccoon like 3 blocks down. Is what it looked like based on his reaction. What were you just...
Or Spidey says.
Do you guys sense it too? I feel the force shifting. Okay.
All right, number 1 for 16. The Office versus the Larry Sanders Show. I mean, we're going Office there. It's not even.
Wow. Yeah. Confidence. Wrote it down before we even discussed.
Well,
I'm with you.
I watched maybe blurbs of Larry Sanders Show.
You're like, I've watched The Office with you enough times to know that was the pick.
I've tried to convince him enough. 215.
Oh, whoa. We're jumping all around.
Oh, no. This number.
No, it'd be 8 and 9.
8 and 9. My bad.
Because you don't want the 2 seed to face the 1 seed.
Oh, that's right.
Away.
You're right.
Eight,
you want to do 8 and 9?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Will and Grace.
Fresh Prince for me.
Man, there's some real good seasons of Will and Grace.
There's some good, yeah. Shit, man.
I mean, honestly, maybe for wholesomeness, I'd probably have to go.
I'm going Will and Grace, man.
Oh,
yeah.
so
You can't write it down until we discuss.
No, yeah, so the first split already. It's funny how like when it's The Office versus Larry Sanders Show, it was easy. Like there's gonna be certain ones in the first round that we're all gonna be like, well, obviously.
What?
Like obviously Reba will dust Friends. Just get Dave to walk off angry.
I mean,
I have to go Fresh Prince, and I'm sorry for that because.
Bitch.
No, and it's because there's a reason for it. They kept adding characters in Will and Grace.
Well, yeah.
Because it got so monotonous.
It's an interesting one that stopped and started.
I didn't watch it. Wait, I did watch The Return. I think.
Yeah.
That's
it was only after like 2 years, right?
Yeah, but it's still weird. Like that's a kind of
a lot of gay bashers out there.
That's why I didn't pick it. I'm kidding.
Warning.
So I'm sorry.
So I got to put Prince here, is what you're saying?
Prince.
Yep. All right.
Have you had any calls yet for? Oh wait, that starts in July, doesn't it? DeSantis's trans thing that you can get called in and remove kids for that.
I don't know.
That starts in July, right?
I can't imagine that we're gonna do anything with that, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
What's going on with it?
July 1st, I think, goes into effect. Ron DeSantis, the Don't Say Gay bill, essentially. If a child is trans and it is not stopped by the parent and it's supported by the parent, whether it's drugs or whether they're trying to do medication or anything like that, if your kid says they're trans and the parent is not trying to stop this sort of treatment and seeks treatment for conversion therapy, essentially, DCF can take the child from the parents because
that one's going to be interesting because it's going to be like, how are we going to prove that? You know what I mean? That's the part that's really going to be like, how am I going to go in front of a judge and like have enough?
Yeah. He didn't try to beat the gay out of him, Your Honor.
Yeah, like I guess.
What the fuck?
You didn't, yeah, the Don't Say Gay. It's like he really wanted a lot. It's a really encompassing bill. It's really bad. And
no wonder he's wanting to give us a bunch of raises.
Yeah, so you guys gonna be working.
Yeah, I mean working.
And I mean he keeps losing in court to Disney, so like he's really running out of steam quick.
Yeah. Oh, fighting the mouse is a mistake.
You don't mess with Disney. You don't fuck with the mouse.
Don't fight the mouse.
All right. 30 Rock
and Eastbound and Down.
I go Eastbound and Down because I've only seen a couple episodes of Eastbound of 30 Rock.
I've only seen a couple episodes of 30 Rock too.
And it didn't get me. Just a little bit. I feel like this is stretched out for no reason other than to be stretched out.
You know what? Let me just make sure. This is the one with Baldwin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The murderer.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm going Eastbound and Down also.
I'm much Eastbound.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Because Danny McBride is such
He's
a
so
unique.
funny. Yeah, I like him.
It's a good one. So the first upset.
And I can see why it's an upset too, because one's a cable television show and one is like a hugely successful Emmy winner, multiple Emmy winner. I think 30 Rock has won a shit ton of awards.
God, what year did that come out? 30 Rock.
30 Rock, 2015, 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
And American
TBBT
Dad.
baby, that's me all day.
Oh, for real?
Oh, wait, I gotta write down.
Big Bang ran away
No,
with
he's
it.
right east.
I gotta write.
Are
I'm
you
writing
for
Eastbound and
Bang?
Down.
Oh,
Are you doing
I was
Bang?
right. I didn't write Eastbound and Down.
Right.
I was fixing my mic.
Oh.
Are you for
I
Bang Theory or
am
something else?
Big Bang.
I'm Big Bang Theory.
I have seen that show probably.
I've never even watched American Dad.
I've watched a
I'm not a
couple
big fan.
episodes. It's not my favorite. So it's really interesting though. The Seth MacFarlane has American Dad, which is kind of like his conservative one, and then he has Family Guy, that's like his liberal show. Like he's just playing both markets.
What do you mean just smart? TBBT baby. Big Bang Theory. Then we got Rick and Morty and Veep.
Definitely Rick and Morty. I've never
Definitely.
seen it, but I've always wanted to see it.
Rick and Morty and a Runaway for me. It's one of my favorites ever.
Veep is like that
I didn't-
politics show, right? With what's
Julia
Dreyfus.
Louis-Dreyfus.
She's on this.
It's really well written. And
People
I'm sure
don't
if I
like Veep,
paid
love Veep.
and I'm sure if I watched and actually like paid attention to it, I'd probably really enjoy it.
I mean, she's in it. I'd give it a chance just because, I mean, I like her.
But the first,
show's
what,
alright.
how many seasons have been Rick and Morty? 5?
5 or 6 now.
Newest one wasn't my favorite. This season was very outlandish.
What's that on?
The last season was amazing.
I didn't like it.
Have
We
you,
able
have you
to
Oh,
get
seen
on-
the
wait,
most
it might
recent
have
one
been,
yet?
it might have been 4 that I watched last.
Are we able to get that on here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on Hulu.
I'll try it.
I wonder if you watched. Like they just released, I think, season 6 on Hulu. Like very recently.
I'll have to
in
see
the
which
last,
one
like,
I
month.
didn't. Now I mixed up which ones I didn't
Have
like.
you watched it like in the last month?
No.
Like they just released it like a month or two ago. The newest one.
Like the first 3 seasons are just like
No,
so absurdly amazing.
And the last season was great.
What I don't like is that people try to make it seem like it's super intelligent. It's not. It's really toilet humor funny.
I would
but
agree
really
that
well
the
done
second
toilet
to
humor.
last season wasn't as good, but the last season was.
See, that's probably where we're at. It's
fantastic.
probably where we're at.
I don't see
We've
Ren.
been friends longer than I thought.
Like, I think of that. I think of like Ren and Stimpy, you know? Where's that
so
at?
what is
Where's
wait,
that at, man?
Yeah, I'm reminiscing. I didn't have a lot of kid shows.
Probably wouldn't hold up to me now.
What,
Like
Ren
I
and
tried
Stimpy?
watching Doug.
I don't like my favorite monster on here. I don't have any other kid ones.
I thought it was My Favorite Martian.
It's a movie.
I just watched Rugrats too.
Yeah, Rugrats is-
It doesn't hold up to me like it used to.
Right,
It's like, oh, this is boring. A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
I only have one show that's aimed for like kids on this whole list.
Really, dude? What?
SpongeBob.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like, it's just like
Got
that
it.
one felt just so much higher than the other ones. Like it's not a trend. That's
It's a
like
whole-
20 some seasons
I
deep.
do.
Like,
Yeah, I think SpongeBob kind of is his
SpongeBob's
own
like a fucking
tier.
movement, man. It's not even a.
Yeah, it's its
Yeah.
own thing. It's
My
not like
God.
like I lived Fairly Odd
Its own
Parents when I was
conglomerate.
younger, but like that's not in the same breath.
I'd say Dragon Ball is probably along with SpongeBob because like it has just encompassed from 8 to 40. Like
SpongeBob's never gonna end. By I don't think it's
No.
ever gonna stop.
Nope. Because even when they're all tired of this generation, the next generation line will watch it all like it's brand new.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying like I mean they'll just keep they can make that show forever. Like they're never
Yeah.
gonna run out of content.
Nope.
Say Tom Kenny dies, who does a lot of voices. There are voice actors out there who can do a SpongeBob voice.
Very true.
they replaced Elmo and no one fucking knew it.
Exactly. So like I said, I mean SpongeBob's it's here to stay.
It's yeah.
It's like Sesame Street.
I think it's a success at this point.
Yeah.
Next one, Curb Your Enthusiasm and Letterkenny.
Curb for me.
Letterkenny
like-
for me.
Oh, come on, man.
Dude, Letterkenny
on.
is so uniquely Canadian.
Curb is like Seinfeld, man. Same guy. Come on.
I don't think Seinfeld holds up.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I love Letterkenny.
Bro,
I'm
you can go
gonna
Curb.
I'm gonna go Curb.
Yes.
I do like Letterkenny though.
And maybe it's because I've only watched the first 2.5 seasons of Letterkenny, and it's just hilarious. And the
is.
one-liners are just. It makes me want to talk Canadian. It makes me want to be a hockey player.
Oh, man. This next one. Fucking bitch. Oh, come
Ted
on.
Lasso
It's Ted
and
Lasso
King of
for me.
Queens.
No,
Ted Lasso.
come on, man.
It's Ted Lasso.
King of Queens is good though. You know my brother, my soon
Because you guys are young. That's why.
My
Yeah,
soon-to-be
he's old
brother-in-law,
man.
That's like his
Fucking-
favorite. King of Queens.
If it's on, I don't turn it off.
Oh, I'm never mad.
But, like,
I mean, I like Lasso, but dude, King of Queens, man. That's like.
I know duration should play more.
I got some perturbed. You guys didn't even give it a thought. You're just like Lasso.
I think it's just
Come on, man. King of Queens.
King of Queens is on.
I paid a foundation for your Lasso. Come on. Yeah.
Ted Lasso, I feel like changed my life. There are times where I'll stop and be like, all right, you got to think more like Lasso. I really
what would
need to
Lasso
stop.
do? WWLD?
I would probably WWTLD.
Okay.
Sometimes I think like, man, I really.
Latasso was
like-
cold.
How long was it out?
It's just a monster.
I just watched that episode like
So
2
good.
days ago.
All right, cheers to my wife and kids.
That was with
Damon Wayans, right?
Wayans, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the intro to Cheers.
Right? I'm going to do Cheers.
I probably have to do Cheers just based on like
What do you think,
I know
Cheers?
that, and
You don't want to unvalidate our
my
list
wife
of-
and kids didn't. I don't think it made enough. I'd pick G-Lo over my wife and kids.
See, Cheers and Frasier, to be honest, I've never really seen, and I bet I like them both. I mean, they're both two of the most famous ones ever. Like
Frasier.
Frasier and
Yeah.
is on there later. Like,
Yes.
I'll tell you, this, it's not really funny. It's amusing.
Yeah.
so how do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to finish this region, or do you want to just do all of the first round first?
However you guys want to do it, I don't care.
I'd probably finish out the first round. It's not like they start playing
Okay, no, that's fine.
NCAA rules.
Yeah. All right, Seinfeld or Blackish? Seinfeld easily for me.
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
I don't really like Blackish.
I know you just said Seinfeld didn't hold up, but Seinfeld easily cruises out the first
In
round.
that round.
Yeah, against that one, yes.
Yeah, I picked Seinfeld,
No, I like Seinfeld.
over Antiques Roadshow too, but
Yeah. Everybody loves Raymond and New
Raymond
Girl.
for me. Yeah. Dude, that's in the same class as like
You know,
King of Queens, bro.
you know,
Come on, man.
I'll probably have to go Raymond 2 over New Girl. But if it was
Something else?
the Mindy Kaling show, I'd probably go that one.
Over Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Everybody
What is
loves-
that Mindy Kaling show?
Everybody Loves Raymond is a good show.
But it's amusing. It's on, and I've chuckled at it several times. But like,
I really
it's
like
just
the
on.
part that
It's like I
was,
chuckled.
I like the little clip they put in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Where he's just like, you're gonna cuss at your mother that way like you do. She's not my mother. Good stuff.
What is the Mindy Kaling show? New Mindy,
Yeah. And then
Mindy
that
Project?
one
the
chick?
Mindy Project.
That's what it was. Yeah, with the. Well,
right.
I don't
The girl from The
Indian-
Office.
Okay.
Andy Griffith Show. And What We Do in the Shadows.
I've heard of What We Do in the Shadows. That's that vampire one.
It is very funny.
Like I've heard, yeah. But I mean, Andy Griffith.
I'm still
dude,
gonna go Andy Griffith.
Andrew
show.
Griffith is like a monarch of.
Yeah, he's. I guess he's on the throne.
His
Well,
his,
that's what I
his
mean. It's
sidekick
like-
is the best part of the show.
Barney Fife.
Barney Fife.
100%.
Yeah.
Now I will say in that aspect, yeah, I probably have to give it to you because people still make fun of like this fucking Barney Fife guy walking in over here. Oh yeah, that dipshit up shooting his own
True,
foot.
Alright.
I was just listening to a song that paid homage to Barney Fife,
Barney Fife?
making fun of someone being dumb. Wait now. 2.5 Men and Roseanne. Ooh, this is a tough round.
Dude, that is a tough one.
I'm gonna go
I
2.5 Men. I wasn't a big Roseanne person.
I fucking love Roseanne, man.
I almost might have to
Shit.
go 2.5 Men because the way the jump of the shark of Roseanne, like the whole lottery season, Dan's heart attack and death.
Talk about that,
Yeah, but that's like real deal,
What
man.
about-
That's like.
no one.
It was all a dream. It didn't exist. I watched the season after that.
The funniest part is he's talking about jumping the shark. Like 2.5 Men didn't have one of the worst jumping of the shark moments, so they just replaced him with Ashton Kutcher.
I mean,
But they,
that's like again, both of them later on. It's like, what are you gonna
but
do?
they
No, I know, I'm saying
acknowledged
that's
Charlie died. Well, yeah, because
they
he
didn't
was
have a choice,
drinking
but-
tiger blood. He's got Adonis DNA. Like they had to replace Charlie Sheen. He was off his rocker, and I love Ashton Kutcher.
To be honest, I mean, guys,
The way
he's banging some
You
hoes.
should love everything about Ashton Kutcher. The way he has saved child
paying
sexual
for some
predators,
women and shit. I mean, let's
children
be
from
honest.
predators online.
The thing is, though, are you all like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that show anymore because he's banging some strip? I mean, whatever. No,
No, I got Ashton Kutcher.
I really
No.
don't care.
he just lost his mind. I don't
The
care.
worst part about that was like he was the show.
He was the show.
It was the show.
And then the writers were like, oh, just because like.
But honestly, like, I mean, for me
their job
personally,
got so
I don't
much
give
harder.
a shit who he's banging. I mean, it doesn't matter.
No, I was just talking about the writers. Their job got so much harder. It was a lot easier.
Very, very true.
Charlie's gonna make it happen.
All right, so we're doing 2.5. Oh man, Roseanne is like, dude, Roseanne.
What's your?
Sell me.
Your vote.
Dude, Roseanne's like.
I'm not gonna fight hard for 2.5 Men. I'll just say I didn't really like Roseanne very much. 2.5 Men's my vote, and I'm not.
I mean, I'm
Dude, it was like a down to earth, like
I'm
it
gonna
was
go
like
Roseanne because I am
It was
really-
like an
Oh,
American
just write it down.
family.
What do you-
He said Roseanne.
Yeah, I said Roseanne.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Roseanne because it's
Roseanne.
white trash, and
It
they're
was white trash. It hit home, man.
yeah.
It was like they were the realest fucking
the
family.
show takes place essentially about 30 minutes from where I'm from.
Roseanne and the Upset.
And she was literally like
And
the
the Bears
mom,
fans.
like you wanted to fucking be. Thank you. Appreciate
You don't have my other Bears fan
and
show.
the Nick at Night show pulls through.
You don't have my other favorite Bears show, Last Man Standing.
it. That was a great show, man.
Or no,
Hey, by the way, fuck you.
oh wait, that's another.
Last
I
Man
didn't mean Last Man Standing. It's another one.
Last Man Standing.
That's
That was a great show, man.
he's a Broncos fan. That's Tim Allen.
Fucking Tim Allen, man. Home Improvement. That was
Yeah, I
another
know
great
Home
show. Where the hell's that at?
Who played Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones? He's the main character in the comedy.
Last Man Standing? You're talking about the older guy? No. You're talking about the what are you talking about? Which show?
Hold on. He'll be in here.
That's the hard part about making this list.
You didn't do any Tim Allen.
Did you know the woman from Ted Lasso is on Game of Thrones?
Is she?
She is? Is who?
Let me see. Yeah.
Septa Unella.
Okay. Don't know Game of Thrones well enough to know what that means.
I mean, not a major. I'm going to it. Now I need to know. Mark Addy,
I have got to know.
still standing.
So no Home Improvement.
2002
No.
sitcom. Is on for 4 years.
No. Last
His name's
Man
Bill and
Standing.
Judy Miller, Chicago couple.
I actually
Bears
don't
fans.
know what that show is.
Oh man, see you
Shit.
didn't watch enough TBS in the
Shit.
early afternoons.
Right.
All right.
Right.
This bracket could have been much bigger if I
Just like
every
a yes
show.
yes
But also,
dear.
it could be bigger. I swear.
Yes dear was huge for me too.
Shit.
Now
What are we doing?
the middle versus the good place. We did Roseanne.
Middle for me.
The middle for me. I loved that show.
Yeah. Patricia Heaton.
The Good Place had a very good first season.
So she goes on to two.
and then
Patricia
it was very
Heaton.
rough.
She two of her shows advanced to the
For
second
real.
round.
Did you watch The Good
Brick.
Place?
I watched
I
a
watched
little
the
bit of
first
the first
season.
season. Yeah.
The first season I liked, and then after
Then
that,
it just got- yeah, it went-
it got cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs very
Yeah.
quick.
Or
People who
stretching.
like it love it though.
It would have been a better limited series.
I think Netflix I think that's where Netflix signs is just make limited series because you're gonna end it anyway.
Because it was a cool like season finale, and then after that, it just like got weird. The middle's very good though. I absolutely love the father.
Oh, the guy that played in Scrubs.
What's his name?
I don't know his name. But
The
he was-
janitor.
He was the janitor. The janitor guy from
But
Scrubs.
he's great.
Yeah.
He's apparently a really good singer and the nicest person in real life too.
Oh, really?
One of the
Yeah.
fun
Really?
things
Yeah.
about Scrubs is they said that they didn't write his lines after like season 2.
Is that on here? Scrubs?
Yeah, like after season 2, they quit writing his lines. They just
'Cause
put
he's
whatever-
just better,
They just
yeah.
put whatever he says
Nice.
in his line spot.
Very nice.
Can't remember what his name was though.
The janitor. That's it.
Janitor.
How I Met Your Mother.
We already know this one.
Malcolm in the Middle.
How many, bro?
How I Met Your Mother. I love that
I
show.
love the show.
It's a
I mean, I wish they would have fixed the last season.
Very true.
very few shows. I will say in its defense, very few very popular shows where people are like, I loved how that ended. Like
I didn't.
Or it's like, oh, that was weak. You know, that was a very fucking
wish
weak
they
ending
would've-
after 9 fucking
everyone
seasons.
hates an ending, or it's like the way The Office ended or Friends ended, where it's like they wrapped it up, but
They
it
nailed it though. That's the point. But How I Met Your
nailed
Mother.
it, but they ended it the only way they could
The,
without people being upset.
they ended How I Met Your Mother telling you after 8 years, me and Robin didn't end up together. Only for them to end up together.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that I'm saying it's hard. Like if you make a stand and an ending, pretty much people hate it. People, you need to just like to go the Parks and Rec, Friends, The Office route, where it's like everyone's successful, everyone does this, the end. You know what I mean? Like it's just like
That's true.
we're not taking any stances. All right, BoJack Horseman or Archer.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've not watched either one of these.
Archer for me all day. I fucking love Archer.
That was like the spy, though, cartoon spy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't seen
Man
it.
horror. And I love the artistic drawing of the show.
I'll trust it, bro. If that's what you
Serious
want.
thing.
You're a BoJack guy, huh?
I love BoJack.
What is BoJack?
It's about
Will
a
Arnett.
failed actor.
I love Will
who
Arnett,
is
though.
a horse, and like it's super.
He's literally a horse.
It's one of
He's
those
a
things that
Horse.
yeah,
Yep.
they're all
It's a
animals
cartoon?
in this world. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, cartoon.
So I'm going.
No,
to
you didn't
go,
see like they did Wilbur.
Right?
I'm going to go Archer, since he's seen neither, and with the caveat of like, I think BoJack is the better show. However, Archer's probably funnier, and that's what this list is for.
That's fair.
And like,
So I think BoJack does have a lot of depression right at the beginning. I think that's why he
well, no,
did.
it is the whole time. If that show was not a cartoon and it was like live action, it would be a very depressing show. It wouldn't be funny at all if there weren't animals in it. Like if it was just like a live action, like this is a failed actor, you'd be like, oh, he's drinking again. Okay.
Oh, he's drunk again.
Yeah. All right, Frasier and the George Lopez show.
I'm going G-Lo.
I was gonna say Lopez for me, man.
George Lopez.
Frasier, I feel, was like too like.
Hey,
like
try
prim
to.
and proper.
I'm
George
smarter than
yeah,
you, and you,
prim and proper.
you wish you were cooler. You wish you were smarter than
yeah.
you piece of shit.
Funny, yeah.
George Lopez.
I'm a radio
show.
psychologist.
And
Yeah.
the upset.
That's probably gonna be,
15 over the 2. That's gonna be the biggest we see.
what is a VCU game here?
That's a big one. All right, The Simpsons and Sex in the City. It's The Simpsons for me. I've
never watched The Simpsons.
As an adult, I'll tell you right now, I would rather watch Sex in the City
For
than
real,
The
that's what I'm
Simpsons.
saying right now. If I had to watch either one,
Sex in the City.
I'd do
is
Sex
upset?
City.
But The Simpsons might be funnier and better
not
and more
doing-
culturally appropriate.
Be my shorts, man.
If we're doing that, Frasier kills George Lopez. That's not what we're doing.
No,
Doing
no,
our
no,
favorites.
no.
But I don't know if it's so. It's like this. I don't think Sex in the City is like you did. I don't think Sex in the City is funnier. I think it's better.
Yeah,
I even liked it. I've enjoyed the newest season of Sex and the City when they brought everyone back and they're old hags.
I'm going Sex and the City.
It's your decision, Mike.
Holy crap!
You're the tiebreaker or the deal breaker, bro. One Simpsons, one Sex and the City, man. Dude, you know you want Sex and the City, bro. Come on, man. He does.
I'm
Do I?
Samantha.
You're such a Samantha.
I was just doing that from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, my favorite movie. That I can quote like that whole.
We gotta
movie.
watch that now because we were literally talking about that today.
Today.
I'm Samantha. I'll have sex with anybody. I love that show. Paul Rudd's a gold in that movie too.
Come on, Mike.
This
Even
is
the
this
small
is
Jonah Hill role.
to date halfway through of the first round. This is my hardest one.
It's a 1 in a 16, which is funny it's that hard. He's that split.
He's gonna do Sex and the City.
It's sex, yeah. It's Sex and the City.
That's
That's my boy,
Mr. Big coming up.
Mr. Big.
Yeah, it's not even her. I think it's just.
That's not.
I think they did the characters so well in
Mr.
Sex and the
Big
City.
is indeed a man. Mm-hmm. And the horse girl. So BoJack couldn't pull it out, but Sarah Jessica Parker.
The horse face.
She gets it done. All right, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I did not write that all out because
It's so ridiculous.
that's ridiculous.
You could have just did the initials like
I
Reddit
haven't
does.
watched that one, but I like
Schitt's
Schitt's Creek.
I'm Schitt's Creek.
I'm Schitt's Creek.
And
I'm
it's,
Schitt's-
It's Always Sunny, I think, is very interesting in that
I never watched it.
I love the
That's DeVito,
characters.
Right? DeVito one? Yeah.
I think what's interesting about It's Always Sunny is I think in a bracket like this, it's never going to win, like if a group of people are voting for it. But like there are a ton of people who would have it as their number one.
Yes.
Like it's like a cult following. It's like so many people are like, that's my favorite. But the general public is like, it's okay.
Aren't they like in a bar a lot?
They own patties.
Okay.
Well, I like the people who play the characters much more. Like I follow like Charlie Day. I follow McElhenney and his wife. I don't follow Danny DeVito, but he's one of the
How
sweetest people
old
in
is
history.
DeVito now? He's got to be
67.
Because of the implication.
Good.
That's one of the famous episodes
Oh,
of Always Sunny with the boat. He's like, she'll sex you because of the implication. Like
So like
the implication of like, I won't take you back to land if you don't sex
I
me. He's
watched-
Like, oh, I would never do that. But it's implied.
I watched Always Sunny when I first moved to Florida.
It is Always Sunny.
And
in Florida.
that was the last I watched it.
I've started it like 3 times, and I'm just like, eh. I can't. I just don't get gripped by it.
I do lose interest.
Yeah. Modern Family, King of the Hill. Modern Family by a landslide for me personally.
Same.
I'm actually watching. I've just started watching.
I like
it from the beginning to
the
watch
dad.
every
Who is
episode.
the dad's
Phil
name?
Dunphy.
Phil Dunphy.
That show's really good. I just started like watching it from the beginning to like on because I've seen a ton of episodes, but I'm starting to like watch them in order. Oh, it's so good.
Father's
never the
Day,
king of the hill
Reddit
person.
had a thing of greatest TV dads.
I heard he won.
He was up. I mean, I know he was up there. I didn't see the poll finish.
I saw him. He won a contest. I don't know if it was on Reddit or not. Phil Dunphy's good stuff.
How does he beat Bandit?
What?
He can't beat Bandit.
Oh, from Bluey.
Bluey.
I think there are a lot of adults who haven't seen Bluey. If you don't have a kid, you've not seen Bluey.
I would.
If you don't have a kid, you shouldn't have seen
It's,
Bluey.
maybe so. But I mean, there's 90 episodes of it.
Mike, what are you watching?
Bluey is great.
That being said, we took my son to the doctor, and like he was talking to Marshall about like the Cars movies, like really knew them, and I was like, as a pediatrician, you should do that. Like you should watch at least enough of whatever
to
like,
get on their level.
Yeah, because it meant everything to Marshall. Like he came home and he was just like, we were talking about Mater. He was like
Mater.
so amped about it.
Mater.
He's like, this guy
Like,
knows
oh,
Mater. He's
Mater.
legit. Like I said, it was really cool. I never thought about it before then, but I was like, every pediatrician should know enough to get by.
Yeah.
All right, I Love Lucy and Workaholics.
Which one's Workaholics?
The
Adam
three
Devine.
stoners work at the office. It's got that hilarious blonde bitch. Gosh, she's funny too.
Adam Devine is like
He's everywhere now.
yeah, I'm Workaholics.
I'm Workaholics.
There it is.
I'm not a big fan of I Love Lucy. I've never left at I Love Lucy, but I've left a lot at Workaholics. I feel bad. They got shit on a lot because they didn't own the rights to it, and then Comedy Central sold them. And then the people that bought the rights didn't want to broadcast or make the movie that they had written.
All right, so this is gonna be a tough one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I'm not even
League.
actually. I'm actually not gonna pick. I'm gonna
That's
let you
the
guys say
hard
that one
part.
first,
I'm the league.
and I can't pick. Like I
That's gonna be the problem.
don't know,
If it splits, you're gonna be in trouble.
and he's never seen either.
I've seen more 9-9. I've never seen The League. So I'm probably going to go 9-9.
So it all comes down to Michael.
What is The League?
It's a show about fantasy football.
Well,
5 years of like a group of guys playing fantasy football and like shitting on them in the funniest way, like pranking.
It's good stuff.
Oh, it's a great show. It's on Hulu too. You should watch that one because it's very little about football.
Which one is it, Michael? You love 9-9, man. You go on and on about that show. He loves 9-9. I'm telling you, he does.
If you love 9-9, I think you should take 9-9, even though I don't like it as well, just because the amount of seasons that it holds up. The league is very front loaded as far as what I think is good. I think it fell off. If it's that tough for you, I would say
I
that
still sing
Brooklyn
the
Nine-Nine
songs
has-
from the league. That's it.
I think
Ghost
Brooklyn Nine-Nine has
Monkey.
more staying power. It just wasn't my favorite show.
I didn't like the last 2 years of 9-9,
Oh, you didn't?
but
I never
Yeah.
watched it like that. But like I said,
it's 9-9.
the league dropped off, I thought, pretty hard.
I think I've held on to the first 3 seasons of the league more than I should.
Love Taco.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge fan of Brolo El Canyado. Rafi.
Love Rafi.
You love or hate him. That's the thing. Like
Yeah, no,
either
he's-
way, he gets an emotion.
No, he's good. He's ridiculous. All right, Parks and Recreation. I'd hate him in real life, obviously. But in
He's
the
so
show-
nice and eloquent. I just watched an interview about that. He goes,
No, I'm talking about like that character.
"If that, he would have been murdered."
No, it's in that character in real life. He plays a lot of guys like that.
Yep,
Have
he
you
said
seen-
he's good at that.
Have you
He's,
seen Parks and Rec?
oh yeah,
When he's Dennis Feinstein, he's a monster in that too. Speaking of Parks and Rec, and Married with Children, I'm Parks and Rec. I'd like Bethany not to stab me if she happens to watch this.
why?
That's her favorite all time.
Yeah.
I like it. Parks and Rec gets a lot better when Ben Wyatt comes on.
Oh, because he's so good with Leslie.
Adam Scott and Chris Traeger, but before those two guys, Rob Lowe, Rob Lowe and Adam Scott, before they come, it's not as good.
It is one of the rare shows that did age better and better and better, and the accompanying cast. But man, Married with Children was great, like throughout. I don't know. Married with Children also really just. It's another Bears fan, by the way. Al Bundy.
Every time Bethany and I do,
I think they talk too much
like,
about four touchdowns too much.
Whenever we do,
What year was Married with Children? I mean, that was like
1987, I think, to 95.
whenever I do like the quizzes, like what relationship are you? We always get Peg and Al Bundy every single time.
Oh, Peg. Oh, she wants to fuck all the time and you don't want to touch her? Because that's like the trope of the show.
I think it's more my negative jokes that get me there.
I'm going to go PNR.
All right, so that takes it then.
I don't. What's crazy? Peggy is a smoke show.
I can't even place what she looks like.
You
I
ever,
picture Al Bundy.
did you ever watch it's a motorcycle show? Just riding through this world all alone.
Sons of Anarchy?
Sons of Anarchy.
oh,
It's the mom, Gemma.
All right, Bob's Burgers. Full House. Bob's Burgers for me, and it's not particularly close.
You got it, dude. How rude.
I love Bob's Burgers, though. That's one I've seen every episode of, too. I have to see Bob's Burgers, though, because I'm married to Linda. Bethany is Linda from that show, like 100%.
never seen Bob's Burgers. I know that one, but it's Full House for me.
All right, Mike. Tiebreaker for
Because
you.
I grew up on Full House when I was a kid. Michael.
We're talking comedy,
David's
not wholesome.
Dave is trying to be Uncle Jesse right now. But his looks
Come
put
here.
John Stamos
Bob
to
Saget, bro.
Who's not Danny Tanner?
What's
I just watched a whole Vice documentary about the internet sleuths that tried to say that he was murdered because he was pro-COVID vaccine.
Who do you prefer? Who do you like better, Bob Saget or Bob from Bob's Burgers?
Well,
Bob v. Bob.
as much as I love Archer, gotta go with Bob then, because it's his voice. Bob's
Same writer.
Burgers. Bob's.
Look at John Benjamin getting 2 through.
It's true.
Same writer for 2.
SNL, happy endings. I'm going to go first because it seems like you guys keep trying to make me be a tiebreaker. I really don't like it. I'm saying happy endings.
I'm
know
going happy endings.
staying power is not aside because like SNL, they have like full on years of duds.
I don't like SNL, so happy endings for me.
And happy endings kept getting better.
That's a good show.
I've never seen
That
it.
show
What is
should-
it?
It was a show on ABC. It
I'm assuming
premiered. It was on.
Happy
It didn't
Endings?
last for a long
Is
time.
it that kind of happy endings? Or
No, it was on. And it's another show that came
It's
back.
the happy endings.
I'm
I don't
like,
see how
I'm
it doesn't
fucking
run
in.
the
What's
table.
it on?
It was actually another show that came back, and so did Cougar Town. They all got canceled.
Who's in it? Or who's
Nobody's name that you know.
Wayans?
Junior.
Junior, yeah. But it's a guy.
It's a bunch of people you've seen in other shit that are all sketch comedy people.
Yeah.
That show's good though.
It's
I recommend
so
it.
good.
It's
Oh,
one-
Alicia Cuthbert. You might know. You know her.
It's
The girl
one-
next door.
Oh,
It's one of the better.
My shower's
It's one of
broken.
the
Yeah.
better shows that like just slipped through the cracks. It's a good show that like no one realized existed until 4 years after it was canceled.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
so how many seasons? Episodes?
no, 3 or 4 seasons. It wasn't a lot.
It came back for I think it was 4. It came back. It did 3, canceled, came back for a 4th as a mid-season replacement.
It was good though.
It was really good, really funny.
Okay.
It got moved to
I
like
would
4 different time slots on 4 different days.
If you're looking for a show to try, you can put a star next to that one as a trier at some point. I might do that if there's any shows on here
The
that
happy
you guys
endings?
like.
It's also on Hulu.
I'll have to look at
I
it.
think Cougar Town's better than it got credit for.
Cougar Town's one with Friends chick, Courtney
Cox.
Courtney
Right,
Cox.
okay.
All right, here we
Grayson.
go. Friends.
Friends.
Speaking of
Friends.
or Reba.
Fucking.
A single mom who works 2 jobs. and loves her
Friends
kids
beats
and never
that.
stops.
Dude, Friends is a
Dude, Van.
Dude.
though.
Van
is
Montgomery.
fire. No, it's Friends. I'm not gonna do it to
Friends.
you. It's
Yeah.
Friends.
thank you.
And it's
Pivot!
It's actually not close. I was just giving you a hard
It's
time.
not even close,
Yeah,
man.
because you're so passionate before we started, it did make me. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning Reba.
Who's your
You
favorite friend? It's is it
Chandler.
Chandler.
Yeah.
Like everyone else.
Chandler, man.
Ross.
It's Ross for me. I love Ross.
Chandler's real funny, but the butt of the joke being Ross and doing
I
it
think
so
the-
well,
the
and knowing
best-
how much he hated his job made it better.
I love that
best-
show, man.
Parts of that show were all Ross. The teeth whitening, the tanning.
Remember the-
on a break.
Like the pivot when he tries to return
Pivot!
the couch after he destroys it.
Yeah.
The one where he go unagi.
You ate my sandwich?
Yeah,
My sandwich?
yeah. The guy falls asleep during
Yeah,
his interview.
Huh?
The guy who falls asleep during his interview. Like Ross.
Yeah.
Ross has all the big moments.
Yeah, Ross is good too. I mean, that's a
Chandler gets all
Yeah.
Chandler gets all the one-liners. But
Chandler.
Ross has all
Whoopah.
like the.
It's whoosh. That's what I did. Whoopah.
My favorite of all time moment from the show was also Ross, where, first of all, that whole season where he keeps forgetting that Mona is a thing. He's like, Mona! But he's at the thing, and Rachel's dad's there, and Mona's there. And he's like, oh, you didn't offer to marry my daughter. And that's how he finds out. He goes, I was going to tell you that she was pregnant, but I thought it'd be best you heard from Rachel's father. And then he's like, you didn't offer to marry her. He's like, I offered to marry her. He's like, but I didn't want to. And then the phone rings, and it's Joey, and he's like, hey, there's a hooker over here, and we think you might know something about it. And Ross is just like, no. Oh, it's good stuff. And then he hides under the bed with Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I, too, am a great guy.
That's a great show.
God,
man.
love Ross.
Great show.
I want to watch Friends again now.
For real, right?
Who wears a pink shirt?
Salmon. Salmon. Yeah. God, that's a great show.
I would. Greatest conspiracy. I was on a meme on Instagram today. They're like, what's the biggest conspiracy you believe in TV? And they're like, Chandler and Joey are huge Die Hard fans, and Rachel dates Bruce Willis, and nothing happens.
That is
It's
funny.
true.
That 70s show. Futurama.
I've never seen either one.
What the fuck?
Those are weird ones, right? Like, that's...
These are mainline shows. Futurama was so popular, it got canceled twice and came back.
I'm going to go with that 70s show. I've seen all of Futurama. It was the episodes are very hit or miss for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 70 show too. I will say, I cried quite hard in the episode of Futurama. That fucking dog waits for the human to come back over time. Oh my god! And it's just like an end credit
I
scene.
will say it is interesting. I met the guy who directed that 70s show, and he was telling us how, like, Ashton Kutcher at the time wasn't the best actor, and like he was cast because he was Kelso, and like
Mila Kunis was
liked,
14.
No one liked Eric at all. Topher Grace, very hated. That's the whole reason they sent him to Africa in the show, because they were just like, people were done working with him.
And you know, he kind of does come off as schmarmy.
And you know what the worst part is? Now the other guy, now Hyde, is having his own issues.
Yeah, he's going to prison. Prison.
I'm saying, like, that did not work out for him.
Hyde got convicted for 2 counts of forcible rape.
Who's Hyde?
He's a kid during that 70s show, which you've never seen. So.
Did you ever watch The Ranch?
Men at Work.
Rooster?
I like
Man,
Men at Work.
that was a great
That was a
show.
good show.
I had to buy that. And you know what? You
Again,
can't even buy the. You can't buy the third season.
It doesn't belong in the top 64
No.
of all time, but it is a good one.
Ground Floor and Men at Work came out at like the same time. Ground Floor has the guy from Pitch Perfect and Dr. Cox from Scrubs. Awesome show that was on TBS.
All right,
And you can't buy it. You can't. I tried to buy the European version on DVD because it's not region unlocked. You can't buy it in the United States. It's ridiculous.
It's so annoying that kind of stuff happens. All right, Family Guy or Golden Girls? It's Family Guy.
I'm going
for me.
GG all day.
All right, so Family Guy or Golden
I
Girls?
worked in long-term care
Betty
for
White
so
or Peter
long.
Griffin? Where are you going with?
I worked it for so long. I have watched so many episodes and just like enjoyed time with patients watching Golden Girls. And are you a Dorothy? Are you a Blanche? Rose?
It doesn't work the other way. Are you a Peter? Are you a Quagmire? Like,
Gator,
you
gator.
don't want to be any of those people. All
I
right.
still laugh. I love Golden Girls.
Yeah,
I would watch it today.
It's GG for me.
Ooh. There you go.
My man.
An upset.
I watched that with my mom on Nick at Night
And
for
again, the funny thing
years.
is, I thought it'd be an upset for our age group. For people in their 70s, that would have been a slam dunk. That wouldn't even
That's a
been,
1 seed.
That wouldn't even, like, Family Guy would have been like a 16 seed. It would have been like that sort of gap.
Golden Girls is just like, it's elite. I can't believe a show that came out in the 80s is still like
Oh,
To call someone a slut and stuff like they
Arrested
did.
Development. Everybody hates Chris.
I'm going AD then because I don't really like Everybody Hates Chris.
You're the tiebreaker, Dave.
you're going what?
Everybody hates Chris. Anyway, Dave.
Arrested Development, and I've only seen probably 15 episodes total of Arrested Development, but I do like some of their highbrow shit, and I love Jessica Lange, the mom in the show.
Abbott Elementary is brand new. I think it's funny though. That's a good one.
Is that on NBC?
It's on Hulu right now. I don't know what it
That is
airs
NBC
on.
because that's who owns Hulu.
Yeah, we'll do Arrested.
That's probably the favorite to win there. I mean, it was the favorite.
And if you are on Reddit, that is up there as one of the greatest shows
That's
of all
another
time.
one of the It's Always Sunny where like people that love that, like that's their favorite show.
Signing petitions to bring it back, which I signed a petition to bring back Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Scrubs and SpongeBob.
I'm going Scrubs.
It's Scrubs for me. It's not like I
It's
love
Scrubs. Like it's
SpongeBob got a crappy matchup. Is all I'm gonna say.
and Scrubs is
Scrubs
actually
is one of my favorites ever.
if it was
That is shitty now. Like SpongeBob is out of it. I mean, that's like, come on, man.
well,
That's fucking-
Scrubs is so true to life. Like we're nurses.
I know, but
And if
fuck,
we-
man.
SpongeBob got a bad draw. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I would have gave it a lower seed, it might have upset someone else.
South Park and the Mrs.
Maisel.
Mark
I'm going.
Maisel.
I mean, it's Sopo for me.
South Park.
South Park.
South Park. Yeah.
South Park.
The first.
Miss Maisel, I
however
only
many
liked the
seasons-
first
South
season.
Park?
Yeah, South Park. The first however many seasons of South Park are so good. The
And
first like dozen.
they
Not like
came
the
back
first-
and just.
I'm not saying like the top 3. Like I'm not like the first 3 seasons. Like the first like 15 seasons.
I'll never forget. Like my dad almost cried laughing when one of the first episodes of Carmen got the probe, the anal probe, the aliens.
But with Cartman with the chili.
Yeah. And Mr. Garrison.
that
Mr. Garrison is still okay.
I love Mr. Garrison.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Community and Rules of Engagement.
Rules of
Rules of
Engagement. I
Engagement.
just restarted Rules of Engagement. That show holds up so good.
know what's
I love
funny?
Putty so much, and I love David Spade in it.
Spade. Yeah.
I thought Rules
Yeah, I
of
like
Engagement.
that.
I was worried it was gonna. I love Community, but I love Rules of Engagement even harder. I think Rules of Engagement is the most slept on.
Of all sitcoms ever.
It came out at a
Adam
very bad time.
did
It was
it.
on
How many
the,
seasons?
It was on the
did they have?
CW.
like 7 or 8. No, it came out CBS originally.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
It was at one point in time. By the way, CBS had this lineup: Rules of Engagement at 7, Big Bang Theory at 7:30, 8 was How I Met Your Mother, and 8:30 was Two and a Half Men.
It was a true TJF.
It was a problem. Like they literally were like,
They raked
they
the-
changed everything. They were like, okay, well now Rules of Engagement's on like Wednesday, and they moved Big Bang to another day because they're like, we can't have this 2-hour block of television where people don't want to get off the couch on Monday nights.
Engagement.
There were a lot of Monday nights I sat and watched them all four.
That's just-
all 4 of them.
Yeah, and that's an amazing cast. Adam is hilarious in that movie, in that show. The big dumb fuck.
That's a great show.
The Indian dude is so dry against David Spade.
Timmy.
Yeah.
Mannequin Headball is one of my favorite episodes of any television show ever.
And I just love Patrick Warburton. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Seinfeld moved on? Patrick Warburton.
Kinda.
Putty. He's still called Putty.
That's true. MASH and Happy Days.
I'm going Happy Days.
Yeah, same.
Ooh,
Except-
another upset.
Except for the jumping the shark they did. But I love the beginning of Happy Days.
literally where the phrase
Yeah,
came from.
I wasn't even a fan of MASH.
The Fonz.
I like MASH, but that look at the upset
Yeah.
there.
All right. So before we finish, replenish drinks, piss break. And we're going to hit the 3 mute buttons here. And we're going to take a break real quick. Oh, shit. You're good. 1, 3, 4. There you go. Nope. 3.
been drinking Kool-Aid cameras like I did when I was 9. Cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple cause it feels like a lie. We play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. They've been with me for some time, and it's nice to know that they still by my side. Friends are like stars, cause no matter how far, when it's dark outside, they will be your light. We play Halo, and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school, but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime.
Few people cried, people cried, people cried, people cried, people cried, I suppose we all felt that.
All right. We are bringing it back. Living it up. Hoping y'all are ready for some mo. We are on round 2. This is what the second round is, the round 32 of the greatest TV sitcoms. I think this looks way more official. We're sitting at this table, this nice fancy ass black tablecloth, microphones up. I have to check the sound on everything later to make sure that everything's. Might have to put something up to block off sound, so your sound will travel over and hit the side of his mic and make an echo. Mine doing to both ears. Kinda. Oh, we're gonna. Not used to having 3 on, but who knows? It could be a thing.
The tripod.
That's right.
All right, guys, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man.
All right, The Office and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I mean, it's The Office for me.
It's The Office.
You don't even get a vote, Dave.
No, it's fine.
It's gonna suck for him when The Office runs the table and he just doesn't get every
It's
vote.
not gonna run. It's gonna run out right here. Watch. We'll see.
All right, Big Bang Theory, Eastbound and Down.
Big Bang.
TBT. TBBT.
That's easy.
Hmm.
All right, Rick and Morty and Curb. I'm Rick and Morty.
I'm Rick and Morty.
And I'm gonna be Ted Lasso over Cheers.
Yeah, all day. How much did you see of Lasso, Dave?
I saw a pretty good amount. I want to see like at least.
There's only 3 seasons.
That's what I mean. I think halfway.
I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of season 3. I know it gets
seen it
some
all.
dark times.
Yeah.
But I have watched season 1 7, 8 times. Season 2, 4. I love the fall of Nate so much.
I guess how he breezed through the region, and that was easier than us going through it the first time.
By a lot.
We
Yeah.
just cruised through that. All right, Seinfeld.
This was
everybody.
harder. I think this pick here is probably harder than anything that was in that first
I'll
run.
go with Seinfeld.
Shit, man. This is like both like
I-
classic, same time, same.
With no Raymond, there's no King of Queens.
Fuck, man.
What a spinoff. The UPS driver a couple of times gets his own show. Doug Heffernan.
Yes, and
Seinfeld. Dude.
I probably gotta go love Raymond. I probably gotta go
I
Raymond.
mean, that's some. God, man.
When Netflix spent $1 billion for Seinfeld to come to
Kramer
Netflix,
is like, you know,
a huge racist.
huge. I mean, I know that now, but on the show,
He is the show. Although Elaine's dance. Who doesn't want to be George Costanza
Like she
just
fucking
drawing
twitches.
bank for the Yankees, sleeping in his desk? Who made like this whole?
all right.
I mean, it's iconic.
I'm gonna go Raymond.
all right.
But
so
I'm
it's
Raymond.
coming down to you again.
Yeah, I'm Raymond.
Raymond.
Oh my
Here it is.
goodness.
Fuck.
For pure enjoyment of watching
Andy Griffith and
old man and grandma just shitting on Raymond, and my mom actually had the hots for Robert and Raymond. I don't know why. She's like, he's just so big and tall. Like she's oh. I was like, whoa! I have never heard you like fawn over an actor, and to know this, everybody loves Raymond, like an Eeyore type.
Yeah.
I was a little shocked. Andy Griffith and Roseanne.
Roseanne.
The fact Roseanne made it through that
For
first round was
real.
tough.
Roseanne, man.
Roseanne got an easier path to round 3 than she
Yep.
did to get to round 2.
Brown, yep.
But I'm Roseanne over Andy Griffith just
Nice.
because.
Nice.
Back to back. My vote was over Ran. That's all right. The middle and How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
Oh shit!
I'm How I Met Your Mother too, so your vote doesn't matter.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mad a boy.
When I was younger, I dreamed of being Barney. As I get older,
No,
I want to be Marshall.
Yeah, that's 100% who you want to be in that show.
I bought the book.
My son's named after him.
I believe that. I bought Barney's book, his
Yep,
the rule
I have
book.
2 of them. The Bro Code and the
Bro
Playbook.
code. Bro code.
I still have them at home.
Mine were lost.
Archer and George Lopez. I'm gonna go.
Lopez.
I'll go Archer. So it'll come
I'm
down to
Archer.
Fuckers.
Phrasing.
Thing about this show too is that boy, when it goes the other way against you, you're like, I hate you both. Like especially if you feel strongly about one of them.
This is fucking. Listen, wait. Let me tell you why you're
Let
wrong.
me tell you guys, just wait. Don't write. Don't write.
So it was like wad something up and throw it eventually.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Day with the string.
Like if Friends gets bounced, Dave's just done helping us vote. He's like, hope you guys don't
Fuck
tie
you.
again.
Fuck you guys.
Whatever.
All right, Sex and the City and Schitt's Creek. I'm gonna go Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah,
It's
writing's.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing's better in Schitt's Creek. I love that it's a father-son combo in real
I didn't
life.
finish it. I only seen through, I think, second or third season. Second?
Modern Family and Workaholics.
Modern Family.
Modern Family as well. I feel like we're cruising a lot easier on these
Yeah.
than we were the first round.
It was, yeah.
First round was too many.
God, this is not easy for me.
Ooh, 9-9 Parks and Rec.
I'm gonna go Parks and Rec. Like I said, I wasn't a 9-9 fan, so 9-9's in trouble for me. 'Cause I'm just not gonna vote for it very often.
I'm going 9-9.
All right, Parks and Rec are 9-9. It's on you, Mike. This one on you a lot because me and Dave get our votes in fast.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's you guys didn't. You guys are like your tastes are very defined, and I'm just more broad, so it makes it harder for me. Or you guys just go in predetermined, like
We're uncultured
fuck that
swines,
guy.
Mike.
If one of us answers, the other one's answering the other one quickly.
Man, Parks and Rec. So many ideals and just great. Like Leslie
Man,
Knope
that
is like
upper
somebody.
left region's looking tough right now. I'm looking at the Sweet 16.
I know it's Rick and Morty because I wrote R and M because to make it easy. But seeing R and M, all I can think of is Romy and Michelle. The high school reunion.
So you look at that. That's
I invented
that's a
Post-its.
brutal Sweet 16
I
there.
invented Post-its.
It makes
Way
it hard.
better than the one below it.
Yeah.
That's way worse. I think.
Shit.
I'll have to go for PNR, I think, just because
Oh my god.
I enjoy 9-9 so much. And I
I
didn't,
know.
So I had to go.
But I
against
didn't
it.
finish 9-9. I've watched Parks and Rec twice, all the way through,
All right.
in character growth. And I have
It's
a
like,
bit of a
it's
man.
like Pratt, right?
and-
Pratt was in that.
Yeah, who was written off as a bit character to be nothing, and then people loved him so much. And then he got skinny and fit to be.
Man, when we get down to 16, the list is going to be a lot tighter.
There might be some debates coming on.
Yeah. Friends in that 70s show. It's Friends.
Wait, missed one.
Wait, you missed Bob,
Bob
and
and
Burgers.
Happy Endings.
Oh, it's Bob's Burgers for me.
I mean, it's happy ending for me.
All right, you're the tiebreaker, and you see neither of them, right?
I've seen neither. But you guys never tell me you guys see Happy Endings.
You do.
I'll do Happy Endings then.
Happy endings.
I think for impact to watch as an adult, happy endings probably would be better.
Happy endings, man. The feel-good story of the tournament right now.
Friends.
Yeah, it's
Again, not to toot the horn here, but happy endings, they're all Bears fans.
This guy.
This is legit like five shows where they're Bears
Dave's
fans.
like, all right, Bob's Burgers.
It's out.
All right, I changed my mind. No. Friends and 70 show. I'm Friends.
Yeah, that's not even close.
Yep.
Pivot.
Dr.
Dr.
Golden
Drake Ramore.
Girls and
Arrested Development.
Golden Girls. I fucking love Golden Girls. I still watch it. I watched 20 minutes of an episode with a patient who was so demented.
I'm going Golden Girls. Golden
Didn't
Girls.
you guys tell me though, Arrested Development? You gotta like really
I
watch
don't.
it?
I never got into it. I said people. We said
It's,
people.
right.
love it.
It's one of those shows that on social media.
People love 30 Rock, and it didn't beat East Bound and Down. So like,
It's true.
I mean, Frasier got bounced to the George Lopez show. There are people who would, like,
Sometimes,
punch us for
yeah.
that.
I'm just not a high intellect, I guess.
All right,
Scrubs and South Park.
it's Scrubs.
It's Scrubs, and I think Scrubs' benefit there is its placement.
It's
Scrubs is one of my favorite shows, but for some reason, like you said, it's one of those shows that wouldn't make it in a bracket form typically, but it's still one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. All right, Rules of Engagement, and Happy Days. Rules of Engagement to me.
Engagement.
Yep.
That show's great. That's gonna be.
It makes me want to watch it.
It wasn't on long enough to have a fall down,
That
so
one
like
hurts.
it dies at a peak for
That's
me.
gonna be one of the hardest matchups
It was
for me on the
timing,
board.
man. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, especially because I just started rewatching and I didn't realize how good Rules of Engagement was right out the gate. And
Right away.
there's not any depression in Rules of Engagement, but like Scrubs, There's so many sad things in Scrubs.
Brendan Fraser episodes.
Oh, what do you think we're doing here?
Yeah. The Office and Big Bang. It's The Office for me.
Woo!
Um,
Can we go from the bottom back?
We can
Can we start from Scrubs and work way back? Because that's like I legit had to think
that
about
is
that.
like hard.
Because
Well, all right.
Big Bang Theory is actually playing on a loop in my bedroom right now.
Dude, it's
Scrubs over Rules of Engagement for me, even though it hurts to say.
Can we start?
I'm gonna start somewhere, man.
Where are we starting?
It's getting to the nitty
upper
gritty.
left or bottom right? Which way do you want to start?
Oh, I guess bottom right. We'll start bottom right.
It's Scrubs for me. It hurts.
Rules of engagement, man. Sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, Mike.
I'm sorry.
And you've never seen it?
No, I've seen rules of engagement. Yeah,
You haven't though.
I've seen rules of engagement.
You haven't seen Scrubs.
I haven't seen Scrubs all the way through. That's why I'm rules of engagement. I think
Both quality shows. I'm not gonna be mad at you
very
either
good
way.
shows. It's hard, you know.
But that's
Okay.
one where like your opinion's not gonna make anyone want to hit you.
There's
It's like,
eight. There's 8 seasons of Scrubs,
There's 7.
and then a 9th season of Scrubs.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say there's
Unofficial.
one less than what there actually
Unofficially
is.
official.
Yeah,
There's
it's.
a teaching one. It's bad.
Teachable
I
moment.
mean, what's crazy? I love season 9 of Scrubs.
You know what my favorite part is? I saw a funny thing where someone said that the season 9 of Scrubs is actually really good. And
Dude,
Zach Braff
David's
said,
favorite.
congratulations. He tweeted back to it. He said, congratulations. There's literally dozens of you out there who think that.
Squeak or squeak, squeak, squeakums.
Perry Cox.
Come on, bro.
We gotta go Scrubs.
All right, there it is.
I feel so bad.
All right, Friends and Golden Girls.
Friends.
We gotta go Friends
It's
there.
Friends. Golden Girls, their run is over. It was time. Happy Endings of Parks and Rec. It's Parks and Rec for me, personally.
I'll have to give it up to PNR here,
Happy Endings run of
but for different reasons.
is over.
Like
Just those 3 seasons, and it's hard for it to compete.
I think that the Parks and Rec has so much good off the cuff humor that is truly
All good.
they all off script shit. Like because they have so much real comedians on it.
There's gonna be I think there's a easy part that I'm already seeing is gonna be definitely my least favorite in the top 8. It's gonna be the winner
Parks
of
and Rec and
Roseanne.
Modern Family?
It's gonna be the winner of Roseanne, and Everybody Loves Raymond. To me, is gonna be the weakest of the final 8 by a lot.
Yeah, by a lot.
I'm looking at the other shows, and I'm like, they're all really good. But
It's
that
weird how the
that was a
bracket
weak
busted.
section of the bracket, apparently.
So Schitt's Creek and Modern Family. What we doing?
Schitt's Creek and Modern Family. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Going Modern Family.
You want that too?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Schitt's Creek is good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
I
it's
kind
almost
of
too
fell out
obscure.
of it is the hard part. Like I tried to watch it from the beginning, and I just quit watching it at some point. And I tried to restart it, and I just
We going up this way, Michael, or down this way,
yeah.
Michael?
How are you gonna get through it? How are you gonna survive?
We'll start at top right and work our way down and then up. Start top right
You
and
wanna go
snake.
here?
Top right and snake it.
Look, he doesn't want to see still
Not
like
even
that
do
side.
it.
I'm not ready. I'm
You
not
wanna do
ready.
that side?
I'm not ready.
We gotta do it eventually, dude.
Yeah, eventually.
Well, we
so
can
we
do
go ahead
that.
and final
Modern
form out?
Family or Parks and Rec?
Fine.
Modern Family for me.
Modern Family for me.
Yeah.
All right.
In the final 4.
Man, Friends and Scrubs.
Friends. Friends.
I'm gonna go Scrubs and
You
put it on Mike.
motherfucker.
No, I actually probably do have to go Friends just because,
Oh,
Mike.
which makes, I think, to make it to the championship easier for Friends. Like, it's harder. Scrubs and Friends is a harder pick for me than Modern Family and Friends.
Well, then you should have put Friends in the championship because we
yeah.
know it's
it's
he's
gonna be
got it
Friends
the
in that
championship.
box. Yeah.
Friends
Okay.
in the championship.
Archer and How I Met Your Mother.
No, he's starting down here.
It's How I Met Your Mother.
How I
for
Met
me.
Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother is going to be a surprising Final 14 for me. I wouldn't have guessed it would have made it that way, but
It makes me
It-
want to
it
watch
doesn't
that
matter.
over again. I haven't watched that in forever.
it doesn't matter who wins this next one. I'm going to be How I Met Your Mother over them. Personally,
Roseanne and Raymond. I'm going Raymond.
I'm going to go Raymond as well.
Oh shit. Okay.
So we're out of all my Chicago.
And I would be How I Met Your Mother over Everybody Loves Raymond. Just gonna go and finish that section. The other region is the hardest region for me by a lot.
Oh yeah, over Raymond. Yeah, How I Met Your Mother over Raymond.
Yeah. Because I think this other region hurts. Both of those matchups are daunting.
Lasso versus Rick and Morty. I'm gonna go Lasso.
And I'm Rick and Morty. I love both those shows.
My turn. Well, the problem is, I've never actually seen Rick and Morty, but I've seen.
That makes it hurt.
Should we go on a break and watch 45 minutes of clips?
Whoa.
You don't have to pick Ted Lasso. Rick and Morty's probably more culturally. No, it's probably not actually. Ted Lasso.
I like Lasso. I don't know if I'm a big fan of like the whole. It's a soccer team and all that bullshit, but
that plays such a small part of the show, though.
No.
Hearing.
Like, I wouldn't have guessed Modern Family would have made it to the Final Four, like, before this. It's just the way the bracket sets up changes the things.
Rebecca singing the Frozen song
I'm gonna
gave
go,
me chills on Ted Lasso.
I mean, I gotta go Lasso just because I've never seen Rick and Morty. That's the problem.
It is.
And my truly hardest
It's
pick.
Big Bang.
It might be Big Bang for me.
Big Bang. Come on, man.
I feel bad. And I'll tell you what sucks is the Big Bang Theory is just love to be hated on. Like, it is the Nickelback of TV sitcoms right now.
I just got done watching it all. That's why it's Big Bang for me, man. In your office. Mm-hmm. Down to you, bro.
So the thing about these two...
We literally can't pick anything else to this pick either. We went all around the board for you to say...
Yeah, I know, right? There's nowhere else to go right now, man.
The thing with these two series...
The thing is...
They impacted me probably the same amount in different parts of my life. When the Big Bang Theory went into HBO Max, it played the whole series because I didn't watch it live. So I binged all of it, fell in love with it, and then I cried at the last speech that Sheldon gave. Mm-hmm. The Office, immature me, loved it. I bought it on iTunes. I paid $1.99 for episodes.
That's cool. Which one?
That's fucking great, man. Great sad story. No. Bro, it's Big Bang.
It's Big Bang.
Yeah,
Oh,
my man.
And I can't even say I like one more than the other. That's the problem. But adult Mike goes Big Bang.
And I'll go Ted Lasso in this case.
I actually might say Lasso now because I'm obsessed with it.
Fucking kidding me right
Yeah.
Dude, it's all right, dude.
Michael!
I think the bracket's going to go your way at this point.
now? Dude, Big Bang, man.
I think Dave's going to be happy with my votes the rest of the way at this point.
If Office lost, so you're gonna go Friends.
Friends might win it out for me now at this point.
I'm going Big Bang, man.
Yeah, so it's between Big Bang and Lasso.
I don't like this.
Come on, Michael.
I don't like this
Your
game.
Lasso? Your Lasso? Lasso.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike.
It hurts.
You turn that shit on every night.
I think it's Big Bang for you at this point, honestly.
It is.
Ted Lasso has 3 seasons. I just was never a Big Bang fan, personally.
Big Bang.
I've seen
12
every episode.
seasons. You run that shit all the fucking time.
I think Nicole might be affecting my voting.
No, you haven't finished season 3 of Ted Lasso, which makes me feel like you can't pick that one at this point because it's been out for a while.
I am still mad that I wrote in ink for the Big Bang over The Office. The problem with The Office, I think, is those
Right, so don't make The Office suffer for nothing. Do Big Bang again. Don't sacrifice them for nothing, bro.
That's like if it was The Office and Ted Lasso,
For
would it
real.
be a hard decision?
Still hard. I think it's
Come on.
Big Bang, the Big Bang.
Yeah, that's it, buddy.
And that's only because Nicole refuses to watch The Office, so I can't turn it on.
All right.
But
I'm How I Met Your Mother over Big Bang.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
So we're doing this again. Like I voted against Big Bang now 3 times in a row.
So now we're doing, Raymond and How I Met Your Mother?
We already
did that.
How I Met Your Mother ran the table pretty easily. So it's How I Met Your Mother and Big Bang Theory.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Isn't it funny when you get down to the end? Yeah, I'm How I Met Your Mother.
You're How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
Shit.
I might have to go with How I Met Your Mother on this one though.
Right, fuck. How many seasons was How I Met Your Mother? Wasn't it like
9.
yeah?
And there's not fall off seasons. The Office has fall off seasons. Overall, I think, like when they couldn't figure out who they wanted to do, and they just kept plugging and playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate Nell. When Kathy Bates, who was she in the show? Sabre. Oh, Saber.
What'd you pick?
How I Met Your Mother.
And they turned Andy into a bumbling fuckhead.
I'm gonna go How I Met Your Mother.
All right. How I Met Your Mother versus Friends. And as much as this hurts to say, I would have been How I Met Your Mother until like 3 years ago. I think now I'm Friends.
I'm Friends.
So
Yeah,
Friends is the winner.
That's it.
my vote. I was forced to vote through the
Oh,
entire way. You guys dragged me through 2
It's
rounds,
very true.
and then my final vote didn't even matter.
Well, that's a 1 seed. So a 1 seed pulled it out.
That's how it should be, though. Be honest with you, man. Friends is like
It was
an
Duke
all
in the
around.
90s.
It really was the.
There's
Show of shows.
some weird ones like everybody loves Raymond making it to the Elite Eight is a travesty.
It's
It's a
true.
good show, don't get me wrong, but it's not in my top 8. Like if I was
Okay.
going, there's a ton on this list. I would
Right?
replace.
It's like,
Everybody Loves Raymond is truly a show that, like, I'll watch it, it goes to commercial, and I flip it to something else. I'll forget to go back to Everybody Loves Raymond.
I don't think any of us would put it in our top 10 if you like. We're just picking the 10
True.
lists.
it's very true.
It probably wouldn't make my top 20. I'd probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like it might not have made anyone's top 16 for sure, and it
True.
got in the final 8.
Happy Endings would have run the table if it was in the bottom left.
He would have faced How I Met Your Mother fairly soon. Same time apart faced Parks and Rec.
That's good.
That was fun though.
Yeah, that's good. You could just like anything. You do like.
I blame
horror-
seating. I blame seating.
Well, that's
It's
the
the
fun.
seating.
That's the fun part about doing it blind. Is I just wrote the 116 and then I was just like in random orders writing them on the board,
Right.
and it got Everybody Loves Raymond to go way further than I would have ever expected it to.
Well,
Really,
I think it was because
wouldn't have beat Seinfeld.
the thing is, like
Seinfeld
right
would've
there,
ran
you
pretty
put
far.
like Seinfeld, Raymond, and Roseanne all at the same area right there, and they're all like kind of the same time show.
I literally was just
genre.
I
Yeah.
threw them together randomly. Like I wouldn't like Rules of Engagement, like Community. I like more than Everybody Loves Raymond. Like for instance, they lost it in the first round. Like something it's funny how that kind of stuff works.
That's the Donald Glover show, isn't it?
Yeah, he's in it.
Chevy Chase,
And
the
Allison
major
Brie.
asshole.
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot,
funny,
Allison,
like,
I forgot Allison Brie was in it. I every time I think of Allison Brie, I think of Glorious Ladies of Wrestling.
2.5 Men lost in the first round, and I would have liked it more than Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yep.
You say yeah, but you picked Roseanne over 2.5 Men, but not Roseanne over Everybody Loves Raymond. Or maybe you did. Maybe you did. I
So
picked
many
Everybody Loves
people died, Mike, for nothing when your votes.
It doesn't matter. I didn't have a final say.
It's the time. It's
there
like
we go.
It's
He's
the
like,
time
it
of the
didn't even
month.
matter. The whole game.
My
was
vote
for
didn't matter in the
Yeah,
end.
Didn't even
This
matter.
is the time of the month that Mike gets the question. Yeah, this is a fun thing.
Yeah,
I'd like
this
to
is
do it
good.
on
You
random
can do
things.
some stuff with this, man.
We might have to make like a group chat, a
Yeah.
Google Doc.
You should do we should do movies next, like
Yeah.
movies. But obviously, we have to pick a genre. Or
It's
it'll be-
clearly.
you
can't-
You
if
can't put
don't
The
say-
Godfather against Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like it's not. They're just incomparable.
yeah. It gets too hard. Like I said, Schindler's List or 40-Year-Old Virgin.
So
It's
I
just
tried watching Schindler's List, and let me tell you what,
Well, I'm
it's
just
a
saying,
dull
I'm just
movie.
saying it feels heinous to sit here and be like 40-Year-Old Virgin for sure, for sure.
Is it anus?
I watched Too Fast, Too Furious, and it was so much more entertaining than Schindler's List.
And that's probably true, but it's hard to actually say that in like a voting thing.
Yeah, if we're going tomato meters. Ooh.
It's hard to be like Shawshank's good, but have you seen American Pie?
At that point, you can't even put like any Quentin Tarantino movie. Like if you're going like critic reviews, like you can't even trust critics or tomatoes because I honestly disagree with so many of them. because like all of the Fast and the Furious movies critically panned.
You could do this with so much foods. Like you could do. I don't think you could do desserts. I don't know if you come up with 64
I don't know if you can do.
desserts.
I don't know if you can do it with food because like you're gonna compare like the richest, zestiest pasta dish versus a steak.
You have to go more generic. It'd
Okay.
have to be like spaghetti, chili, pizza, steak. Like it couldn't be like filet mignon. Like that's been smoked for like. You have to go more basic.
All right. We'll do a little group chat and we'll figure out what to do next.
Because this was a lot of fun.
A lot of debate. Because we can hell the way Netflix releases it, you can do the best Netflix original series.
Yeah.
But again, it comes
It
in
could
to
be
have you
anything,
seen
really.
64 of them.
Well,
You can just do around to 32. Break it down.
That's true.
They've certainly got 16. And even like the documentary I just told you about. Well, I guess it's a documentary, it's not a series. So we did series. We'll do movies next. We just got to pick a genre: action, comedy, drama, rom-com.
that's what I mean. We could like do
Oh my
each
gosh,
one
so you
of
can
a
do
different.
64 of just rom-com.
Well, that's what I mean. Rom-coms,
Yeah, you do
then
raunchy
horror,
comedy,
and then
horror.
action. You could do like just movies alone. You could do every genre, every
Then
week.
is Wedding Crashers a rom-com or a raunchy?
That could fit on either.
That's
That's
well,
probably.
you do like you just do comedy.
Yeah,
know,
you'd have to
make
just do comedy. But you could do a specific rom-com special one that would have like
You know,
they have like How to
12.
Lose a Guy in 10 Days. It would never make it on a top comedy
Very
list.
true. Yes.
Like
she's out of your league, dude.
Oh.
that's a good one.
That's on my list.
But there are a lot of rom-coms that you wouldn't even think about putting in your top comedy.
That's true. I know Netflix originals. They're doing the Lifetime formula now, where they're just releasing a bunch of shit. Some of them hitting.
Like Failure to
He's
Launch.
doing the formula.
Failure to Launch is a good rom-com, but like if I wouldn't want to put it on the list of 64. Like I'm not putting it up against like Superbad, 4-Year-Old Virgin, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Those.
So yeah, as
Forgetting
comedies
Sarah
go,
Marshall was not a rom-com. I don't care that he gets with her. 4-Year-Old Virgin again isn't either. Like even though they have that, it's almost like what is it? Like what's the actual plot? What was the first one you
this
said?
fucker's dipping out.
I'm fine.
What was the first one that you said? Where you said which one is it? Wedding Crashers. I would put that in a raunchy comedy, I think, before I put it in a rom-com.
That's fair.
Just because I think it's more that way.
I mean,
Like-
if you watch the unrated one, you get to see like 15 pairs of tits before anything.
Because I think a lot of movies have a romance angle to them, no matter what they are.
Yeah, otherwise no one's checking
There's
in.
a lot of action movies that have romance.
Because like raunchy comedies, like Kingpin's a raunchy comedy. Have you ever seen Kingpin?
Good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I
Harrelson.
was making sure.
Woody Harrelson. Oh yeah.
The Rubber Man.
The Rubber Man.
There's some good, man.
He's
Comedies.
like
comedies.
he's Quaid. What's his first name?
That one's Randy.
Randy Quaid. That's right. He went fucking like crazy.
Oh no, wait, that's Dennis Quaid. Randy Quaid's.
No,
No,
you're right.
no, no.
Randy's right. I was right. So Dennis
Dennis
Quaid.
Quaid's like the
Dennis
rookie.
Quaid is he's got his shit right. But Randy Quaid went
And,
like fucking nuts or something.
Nuts,
that-
nuts.
The global warming
Like
movie.
went in the hills or
The Day
some
After
shit.
Tomorrow. It's Dennis
Yeah.
Quaid.
Yes.
He turned into him in real life.
Who?
Randy Quaid turned into him in real life as fucking tinfoil hat, spaghetti strainer.
You could do movie series.
he went
against each
nuts.
other, which would be insane.
Randy or Dennis?
Randy.
Yeah. Well, I heard like he went like in the fucking hills or some shit.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine doing a movie series? Like,
Movie
like
series.
Star Wars, Born,
Oh.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Trilogies, quad
yeah,
trilogies.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose for me. I can't stand Jurassic
I'm just
Park.
saying there's a lot. I'm just saying there's a lot of movies like that. Die Hard, Fast
Oh.
and Furious.
And what sucks, like Die Hard, everybody hates Live Free or Die Hard. It's got Justin Long in it.
If
I
we-
love that one.
If we do that though, we can't have Marvel be one because there's just too many. Like that's
Yeah, it's
too,
27
That's
movies.
too big. Like that's and the thing is, I'd count James Bond before I'd count that, but it's because it's the same character each time. To Marvel, it's like how do you actually go about that? It's like if you want to say like Captain America as a series, I'd be on board with putting that in there,
I
like,
only watched one of them.
or Iron Man. But I'm saying like before I put
Ooh.
Marvel, like it'd be
If I
hard.
put any Marvel one, it would be the Iron Man series. Because like, if it weren't for Iron Man, there probably wouldn't be an MCU.
I'm saying, the fact that they have that many,
Yeah.
I just can't.
True.
Do you watch all the Marvel movies?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'm so like I have probably seen like 7.
There's so
Really?
many. I've seen more than that. And I
For
don't-
real.
on
Man.
accident. I've
All
seen
of the
more.
Iron Mans.
Yes.
That's 3. Halfway to 7.
Captain Marvel.
Captain.
You see Captain Marvel and you think
Dude,
you've only
you're
seen
so out of
7?
fucking order.
First off, I love her.
First off, you gotta like watch them all in
Did
order.
you ever watch Captain America?
Nope.
That's like the first one you need to watch.
Did
First
you
off,
watch
Iron Man's the
any
first
of
one.
the Thors?
Yeah, not Love and Thunder. What was the Ragnarok in theaters?
Have you seen any of the Spider-Mans with Tom Holland?
All those. Yep.
So
Oh,
I
man.
feel like you're already a 7.
I didn't see any of the Ant-Mans.
No, I mean, there's a bunch you probably haven't seen, but there's a bunch you probably
I didn't
have.
see anything on.
Avenger.
You seen any of the Avengers
Oh, I
movies?
watch all the Avengers.
Yeah, so you're like 11 deep already. Like I said, for me, like,
I've wasted my life.
have you seen Black Panther?
Nope.
Have you seen? I don't know. I feel like you. Like I said, I've seen all the Avengers. I've seen all. I think I've seen all 3 Thors. And I've seen. Captain
I really want to
America.
watch Love and
I've seen
Thunder. That's the
both
newest one, right?
The first 2. I haven't seen Love and Thunder. I guess.
It's a great one.
Yes,
saw-
I heard
I saw
the
the
80s.
first-
It's kind of like Stranger Things with like the 80s homage.
So I guess
It's
I saw
really
the first-
good. We should watch it tomorrow.
You seen any
sometime.
Guardians?
Yep, all Guardians of the Galaxies. Which
Yeah.
the
I
third one
always
comes
forget
out
that.
soon.
The third one's in theaters, right?
Is it really? I didn't like the second one. I love the first one.
It's in theaters.
I love the first one. I did not like the second one much at all.
I hear the third.
Like when he had his playlist, like, oh man, this fucking just
I
got
heard
some
at the end of-
jams.
I heard at the end of the third one that a lot of people feel like it made it the best series of movies in the Marvel universe.
First off, they're not going to
Yeah,
beat
it's
Iron
in the
Man.
movies now. You're right.
I find it hard to believe you can beat the Iron Man series.
Tony Stark built this in a cave.
He,
Very true.
That's the second one, right?
No, that's the
First.
one.
That's the first one.
Yeah, that was what's his name saying that shit.
yeah, and like he, like the whole thing, like he's showing the whole movie starts with him showing it off to the Saudis.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah. Second one's with Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, with the whips.
Yeah, the Indy cars.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. We definitely have to do it again. Maybe I get more help with you guys. Maybe I'll do more help if we do if we get a group chat going and we're to do comedies. We can you can text ones in that have to be on it.
I'm sure there's a way we can make a bracket and put it in some sort of a Google Doc.
Yeah,
So
for
we can
sure.
discuss
He's
seeding.
got Marvel, they got DC, man.
Oh, DC, if they had made anything good. The first, I'll be honest,
No,
the
but
first
you-
Shazam was good
But
as
you-
fuck. I
you
thought
can
it was
do,
really good.
Are
Did you get Aquafina?
the Christopher Nolan Batmans.
I'm Batman.
That was a solid trilogy.
I want to see the Keaton. Keaton.
I think you could
I
definitely
love
get.
Keaton.
I think
When
you
he
could get
played
64
Batman in the
franchises.
original, huh?
Who might?
I'm pretty sure you could put Twilight in there. Doesn't mean you would win, but you could put it on the list. People liked it.
That's
I was
true.
gonna
We
say,
talked about shit we
you
didn't
could do-
see.
Yeah, you could do movies that have 3, 4, 5 movies in the series.
If you can add ones that are 2 where the second one killed the franchise.
Oh, Blade. Blade's a good
Oh,
one.
Blade. Yeah, I like the third one. Even people hate it because that one had Ryan
Blade
Reynolds.
3 is my favorite.
Because it had Ryan
He
Reynolds.
had Dracula. That was sick. And he could
And
go
Jessica
out in the
Biel.
day because he was the original. I loved that plot line.
I think if Wesley Snipes wasn't such a piece of shit, the Blade trilogy would have been more. But he was such a piece of shit, they had to CGI his eyes open because he refused to open his eyes in front of the camera.
You know, it'd be a weird list if you tried to do reboots, remakes only.
I mean, if you're doing remakes, Evil Dead's going to be on the list
That's
and
like-
really high up because
you think about there used to be some weird ones.
when it came back, it was pretty good.
Evil Dead?
Yeah, that's a reboot.
Well, the new one's out tomorrow.
Yeah, but they redid it in 2013 from the 80s, for Bruce Campbell one.
But I said there's a lot of them like that too.
Really, the Last House on the Left reboot, The Cabin by the Lake reboot, and so many
All
The
the horror
Ring.
movies are
Honestly,
reboots.
Lord of I just had it in my head and it went away. The Ring reboot because so many movies Japanese horror movies that came out in the 80s and then we redo them 20 years later.
We could do Disney movies. You could easily fill it.
That's true. I mean, you can.
Like Toy Story
Pixar. There probably
1, 2, 3, and 4.
There are probably
You
some
can break that shit down. The
Frozen.
Pixar. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Incredibles.
that bitch. There's alarms going off.
I'm saying she had it going up all last night.
Man, I couldn't even pick my favorite Toy Story movie. Toy Story 4 was really good.
4, I was gonna say there's 4 of them. I've never seen the 4th one.
It's really good.
Was it?
Toy Story 5 just got announced.
Oh shit, man.
Frozen 3 is coming out.
And Zootopia 2, which might be the one I'm most excited about.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
There's so many.
Hey, did you? Speaking of Disney and shit, did you like Encanto?
No.
Did not. I did not. I watched it 2 days ago.
I was mad. I was like, whoa, what was her power?
Nothing.
She's the new grandma?
Just-
That's silly.
She doesn't. She doesn't have one. She just unites. She united the people and made the stone, the fracture of the house come back.
So her power is she's grandma, so she's supposed to be like the heart. Grandma had a room. Why doesn't Mirabelle get a room? Like, they made a room for grandma. That wasn't an issue. Ugh. Just saying.
It was a. I honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know why.
I don't
I didn't even like the soundtrack.
I don't understand why some get big and some don't. Like, that one was huge. I loved Ron's Gone Wrong. No one cared about it. I liked
What about Onward?
I liked Onward a lot.
Never saw that one either.
That one's quiet. It's a quiet hit.
Dad died, right?
I mean, the
Before the
dad
movie
dies in
starts,
like
yeah.
90% of Disney movies.
But it's like, I like that one. Like, I haven't seen the one that they were watching in there, but I've heard it's not good.
Strange World.
It was the least successful Disney movie of all time, as far as amount of money spent versus amount of money returned.
It's really unique.
It's not a compliment.
it
not
doesn't-
necessarily.
It doesn't flow well. I feel like it could have been. It comes off as a movie that switched directors, sort of thing. Like the way it feels broken. But you know, Lightyear fucking sucked.
Lightyear was bad.
The way that they try to say, "Oh, this is the movie that Andy saw that made him want a Buzz Lightyear." No.
Well, part of that movie,
Because Lightyear in that movie he's an asshole most of the movie.
that was made for an adult. That movie was. Like, I was watching it, I was like, how would a kid like this? Like, I was looking at the pictures, I was like, how would a kid enjoy this movie at all?
The least offensive thing, honestly, about that movie is the thing that people made the biggest blow up about is that same-sex kiss. Didn't give a shit.
I'm sorry, the same sex what?
Same-sex kiss. There's
It's a small peck.
It's
Two
literally
girls
just
kiss each
a.
other,
It's,
like,
Oh.
and everyone was like,
it has to do with like missing birthdays and parts of someone's life because he went so far forward in time because he was doing warp speed, and he missed like his partner's life. And they talk about the stuff. It's nothing. It's nothing. It is a blip on the radar.
Man.
What's the one, the feelings, emotions one that Pixar one's coming out?
Elemental?
Elemental. I think that's gonna suck compared to the first one.
That's nothing to do with Inside Out.
But you know what? It's the whole style of the movie.
I didn't like Inside Out.
It's sad.
That's the one. That wasn't for me.
What have they released recently that you like? I guess Ron's Gone Wrong. You love that.
He's like, what do you
I
fucking
liked
like?
Onward. What else came out? If they did Cars 4, I'd be all about it. I got really into Cars. Cars 3 was awesome.
It's because Marshall loves cars.
Yeah, that one wasn't really fair.
What's the one where the blues singer,
The what?
the guy where he plays sax?
Soul, that was bad.
I didn't like it, but
I apparently haven't liked a lot of what they've come out with recently.
maybe that's why they fired that chick that saved Toy Story 2.
I'm gonna look to see like what's came out recently as Disney.
They have had a lot of misses. I couldn't even tolerate watching the live action Lion King.
I didn't care about Frozen 2.
Oh, I love that. I love Frozen 2. I love the soundtrack. I love the theme. It just made me want to know more about the lore, except for the plot holes. The whole thing. You didn't see Frozen 2? Did you see Frozen 1?
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to have to watch both of them back to back, which we had done a lot of, because Jackson has a major crush on
And
Elsa.
Turning Red, I heard wasn't good.
Right, that's
Turning
my
Red's
boy.
a
Right, that's
pretty-
my boy.
Luca is great.
Luke is good.
It's great.
I saw
Ryan the Last Dragon, Onward, I
I like
liked.
fish, right?
Yeah.
You turned
Luca,
fish.
yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Luca a lot.
yeah.
There you go. That's my answer. What have I liked recently? I like Luca. I like Onward.
So Frozen 2, it tries to dig into the lore of how the powers came, and it's the woods. The problem is, there's a whole conflict of how Elsa's power comes from the woods. Elsa's dad killed the people of the woods, which means Elsa's mom's of the woods. How did they end? The whole reason they ended it, that was really good. But that's not, it's almost like not even a Disney movie. That's just like stolen IP. But that was way better than it should have been. Just like Puss in Boots and Peacock. That shit was fire. So it goes into the power and how water has memory and stuff on Frozen 2. The plot hole of it is like, how do they not hate their fucking dad? This whole thing, he knew what they were doing. And I don't know. It's the part I don't like of the movie. I love the movie overall just because like I love the weird sounds. I love the soundtrack.
Toy Story 4 was good. I'm just going back.
Toy Story 4 is the shit. That's has way less to do about Woody and Buzz, and it's the power of Bo Peep.
I like Ralph Breaks the Internet.
He loves Ralph. We watched Wreck-It Ralph today.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2 was good.
She's
There's some good
thick.
ones. I like Coco.
Coco.
The one where the kid, it's the Night of the Dead, and he goes out.
Oh.
Oh.
I like Cars
Dia
3.
de las Muertas.
Yeah, I like Cars
Yeah.
3. So there's some.
I
There's
remember
some new ones.
watching that. I'm like,
I liked
fuck.
Moana.
Moana's not new. Moana's came out in like 15.
2016. Yeah, I've been going backwards. They only come out with like 2 or 3 a year. So I like about half of them since
That's
then.
enough. Because they, you know.
Yeah. Well, now they have 4 or 5 Marvel movies a year.
We'll probably have. I think we're
And I
gonna
wasn't
have
counting the live action remakes.
we're gonna have to do. I think best Disney songs.
Oh lord.
Cause dude, like Tarzan full of bangers, Lion King full of bangers, Frozen 2, especially when you have real singers singing it, like Into the Unknown. You got
Hercules. I think Hercules is an underrated soundtrack.
Lost City of Atlantis has great music, its composition.
It's funny. I probably wouldn't pick a
Savannah's
song from
obsessed.
Tarzan as like my number one. But if you're going by like soundtracks, it'd probably win.
Which one?
Tarzan.
Oh, because a banger
Because
after banger
every
after
single song
banger.
is big. Like I said, but like none of those songs would probably be my number one.
Oh,
but like if
You'll
you took
Be in
my
My
whole
Heart.
soundtrack, it'd be a good one.
Yeah, top to bottom, I don't think a song misses.
Yeah.
Like Savannah was obsessed with Encanto. She loved that soundtrack. I don't like the movie. We don't talk about Bruno. No,
All right. Well,
that's another one talking
it's
about.
been real. It's been fun. It's been 2
Real
hours
fun.
and 15 minutes.
That's real fun.
Quality content.
To
Yeah,
some,
we'll have to do this again
Yes.
with something else.
we'll work on it. We'll
You're
do
like, yes, the exact same bracket, reseeded. See what happens.
Honestly, if they were reseated, there might be a different ender. Not for him. Friends is his number one.
Oh yeah, Friends is definitely.
I said, Dave's like, I'm happy with how this turned out.
I'm very happy how it turned out. Yes, I am.
Yeah, it was fun stuff.
It's good to know I'm right. And
Saying.
Yeah.
all
was a
right,
lot of
let's get this group chat going. I think because now we got. Well, we should have wrote the shit down. Hold on.
That was fun.
Comedies.
Did you take us off yet?
Huh?
You did end this yet?
I'll line it in a second. Comedies. Rom-com. Yeah, I'll see you fuckers later.
Okay.
It's been real. It's been fun. Later.
Bye.